Greetings, minions! It's Auntie Heather here, Supreme Ruler of the Minion Horde, and I'm actually going to start making some videos. The videos are pretty much going to be me being random and weird, because that's what I do. I also want to maybe give you a little bigger glimpse into my life and to who I am and the kind of things I'm about, in case you don't know, or in case you want to know more. For now, welcome to my office. Okay, so I kind of want to show you around a little bit. I'm only going to show you a little bit today, and then we'll get to more as I progress to do videos. If you don't like the videos, don't tell me. Just stop watching them. But if you do like the videos, please comment on everywhere, wherever you see them. Comment and tell me what you like. Tell me what you want to see, because I'm really open to doing whatever. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I will just do whatever you want. No, never say that on the internet. That's bad. I will not do whatever you want, internet. I will not. Anyway, over here, you can see a couch. It's lovely, isn't it? Ding! Lovely couch. My lovely couch is actually a coffin. Yeah, a real coffin. It was actually used in a viewing for a funeral, and they stripped it down to bare metal afterwards, because you're not allowed to keep using them after you used it for a viewing. And then they redid it with leather and upholstery and all this, and it is one of my prized possessions. You can check them out at coffincouches.com. Sitting on my couch, you will see my co-hosts, co-stars, co-babies. I don't know. This is Perturbed Baby. She hates everything. That's why she's Perturbed Baby. Okay, sitting next to her is Creepy Baby. And she's creepy because she has teeth and a tongue. And I think at night that she skitters around the house and nibbles on people's toes, but I'm not sure. So anyway, that's kind of my writing environment. I write in my office all the time. I love it. To me, while this might be a macabre, strange place to other people, to me it's incredibly comforting, and I feel at my most creative. If you write, I think you should have a spot for your writing. You know, whether it's a coffee house or whether it's at your dining room table. I wrote it on my dining room table for years and years. Wherever it is, it should be your place. It should be the place that you're like, this is where I write. And that's where you just find your words when you're surrounded by comfort, you know? Anyway, I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. She is also another one of my prized possessions. Her name is Lucy. Say hello, Lucy. If I should have unhinged her jaw and had her be like, hello, minions, but I didn't. Lucy is a real human skull. She is an adolescent female. I thought that was kind of fitting for being a YA author. Anyway, I love Lucy, and it took me a long time to find her, but she's lovely. Here, take a look at those teeth. They're just absolutely beautiful. She is gorgeous and lovely, and I love Lucy, and I do talk to her a lot. She does sit in my office up on my bookcase, and we have conversations sometimes. You know, I get stuck. Lucy helps when I'm not talking to my kitties. I have a really strange, undeniable urge to lick her right now, but I'm not going to do that, because that would be weird, even for me. So I'm going to put her down and not lick the skull. Okay. Anyway, I wanted to tell you a little bit about some of the books that I'm getting ready to read, why I'm getting ready to read them, and, you know, don't worry, it's not all going to be about books all the time, because I'm not about books all the time. I love books, and I love reading, and I love libraries, and I love bookstores. I love all of it, but life is more than books. So, you know, some of the stuff I talk about is going to be books. I'm really excited about this one. I actually can't wait. Scowler by Daniel Kraus. This thing looks phenomenal. I've heard that it's truly, deeply disturbing. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I want to be disturbed when I read a book. I mean, that's what I like. I like to be unsettled. I don't like happy endings. I don't like when everything's tied up in a neat little bow and everybody's happy and, oh, bad things happen, but everything's okay now. I like when things are just ripped to shreds. But, you know, that's just how I am. Anyway, I actually was yelled at by my husband You see, I have never read To Kill a Mockingbird. I know, I've never read To Kill a Mockingbird. I think I was chased away from classics when I was in school because, you know, they have this way of forcing books down your throat. And they give you so many books that are frankly boring that it just sucks the life out of your reading. So I always gravitated towards horror, and they never taught that in school. So I never read To Kill a Mockingbird. My husband said, you of all people have to read To Kill a Mockingbird. It's about civil rights. It's amazing. You'll love it. So I am going to read To Kill a Mockingbird, as is my daughter, who I refer to online as the girl. And we're going to talk about it. So I'm really excited about this one. So you might want to check that one out with me too, when you're done reading Scowler or whenever. And then the next book actually that I'm rereading, but I lost my copy. I've had copies of this book. I read them until they fall apart, and then I buy new ones because I love this story so much. But I just got my new copy. I'm going to reread The Catcher in the Rye because I'm dying to be in that world again. I love this book. If you've not read this book, Minions, you need to. Some people love it, some people don't love it. I love it. It's one of my favorites. I'm also rereading, actually in process rereading, Everybody Sees the Ants by the fabulous A.S. King, who is like amazing, and you would dig her. And if you love Vlad, then read this because it's amazing. It's incredible. So that's what I'm doing for right now. As far as books go, as far as writing goes, I'm writing a lot. Well, it's weird though, because like some of the stuff I'm writing right now is stuff that I have wanted to write for years and years. So it's like a complete different approach to a world that I came up with, like 6 years ago or something. So I'm really excited about it though. It's definitely more on the horror line of things. And I'm hoping I get to share it with you soon. And I'm hoping you'll be really excited about it too. So anyway, if you have any questions for me, if there's anything you'd like me to do, discuss, answer, any of those things, put them in comments, wherever comments could. I don't know where the comments are. So wherever the comments are, all around here, put questions there. Trippy, look at the hands. Anyway, also, I wanted to answer a few questions I know you're going to ask. And will there be a movie? Okay, Minions. Let me explain, okay? Movies are very difficult to come by. We hope there will be a movie of whatever it is that you love. Vlad, Joss, Kaya, whatever it is, I hope. I don't know. And the only way that we can figure that out is when movie people decide there's going to be a movie. I have no control over it. If I did, we would already have a movie. However, we could do sock puppets. I'm thinking about it. So I answered that one to kind of cut to the chase and everything so that you guys don't ask me about the movie because I already answered it. But you can ask me pretty much anything else as long as it's not inappropriate. Don't be inappropriate, Minions. There are very few things that I actually consider inappropriate anyway, so that's totally cool. But yeah, so that's me, and that's my video, and now it's over. So you can go. So go on, internet. Go. Oh, I got it with a thing. Oh, and click. Okay. All right. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. Love you, Minion. Be good and be safe. And remember that Auntie Heather loves you. Greetings, Minions. Auntie Heather here, along with my friend, Fang. Say hello, Minions. This is Mr. Fang. He is, if you'll notice that his markings on his nose kind of look like a fang. They also kind of look like a bat if you like tilt your head. But he is one of my kitties. He is not the kitty you saw in my former vlog over here outside the door. That was actually Smudge, but I was trying to get Mr. Smudge to be in the video today, but he was being a naughty boy and kept biting his mommy, and that is not acceptable behavior. So Mr. Fang wanted to come and say hi, and I'm sure he will wander through the video the entire time, and you're not even going to listen to what I have to say because how adorbs is he? Anyway, you guys had amazing questions, and I'm so... What is he doing? Get down! Fang! What are you doing? Get down! He thinks he's a baby. I don't. He is. He's a baby. I admit it. I do not put him in a carriage and push him around town. I may now. But you guys had fantastic questions, and I wanted to get to all of them, and I can't because you gave me so many questions, but it's really exciting. So please always ask me questions and always give me comments, because I am reading every single one, and if I don't address it now, I may address it in the future, and we'll see. And if all else fails, you can always ask me in a more, more direct, another direct way. Like follow me on Twitter, especially if you want like an immediate response. I'm pretty good at that. I am at Heather Brewer, no space. So when it comes to the questions you asked most, first off, you asked about my kitties. Well, you met Fang, and you kind of met Smudge. I'll show you him at a later date in a more close-up way, because he's adorbs too. Then there's also a Minty. She is black and a little pudgy and has beautiful green eyes, and she's amazing. So those are my kitties. I adore them. They're wonderful. You asked about my tattoos. A couple of you asked if I had tattoos in locations that I could not show on YouTube. The answer is yes. Let me explain, though, because it's not what you think. I'm wearing pants. And my tattoos, I have one on each leg, so I have 2 tattoos that I cannot show you without taking my pants off. And life lesson time, never take your pants off on the internet. Just a little thing I live by. Never trust a guy in a tunic, never take your pants off on the internet. So I do have other tattoos, so I have 4 that I can show you. This is the tattoo I got when I hit the New York Times. It has a little blood drop because it took blood, sweat, and tears to get there. This is a tattoo I got in London. It, of course, is inspired by Alice in Wonderland. It says, "We're all mad here," because we are. This is Vlad's mark. I figure he lives inside my head, so I can have his mark on my body. This is the North Star. My husband also has this tattoo. We got it on our 15th wedding anniversary. We've been together 18 and a half years now, but we got this because the North Star is unwavering, and it will always lead you home. Oh, how cute. I know, it's disgusting. We're mushy like that, but it's cool, whatever. You asked about my favorite things. Favorite horror movies are impossible for me to define. I love horror. Now, when I say horror, I mean like real horror. I don't mean like things that startle you. I don't like things that just like jump out and get you. I don't like the screamer videos. I don't like stuff like that. I'm not a fan of like Insidious and things like that, because frankly, I laughed at the bad guy in that one. He looked like Darth Maul. So, I like true creepy horror that just kind of sneaks up on you and gives you a shiver. So that's pretty broad sweeping. Somebody asked about The Omen. Oh yeah, love The Omen. Fantastic series of movies. My favorite color is black. It's also my second and third favorite color. My fourth favorite color is purple. So, go fig. I like black. Look at my office. Are you kidding me? My favorite food, I like Mexican food the best. It is so amazing. I'm also a huge consumer of fruit. Really pretty much everything when it comes to fruit, but especially lately mangoes and peaches. Fruit's good for you, and it's tasty and it's awesome, so eat more of it. I love Starbucks. I love Starbucks so much. Right now it's summertime, so I'm trying to stay cool. So generally when I go in, I say, "Hi, can you give me a Trenta black iced tea, unsweetened, extra ice?" Because I like the ice. I don't know, it's a thing. Also, I am into gaming. Somebody asked me that. They would ask me if I would give out my gamer tag on Xbox. No. Auntie doesn't give out that. She doesn't give out her cell phone. Privacy, things like that, you really need to keep private. It's a protection thing. You should listen too, because it's something that, you don't want to be giving out all of your personal information and having people inviting them into your life when you really don't know them. So, by the way, I'm very big on that online. You have to be very careful. If you put yourself out there, you can really endanger yourself. So please, please be careful. Guard your information. Don't give people your cell phone numbers. Don't tell them where you live. Don't give out info that can invite them into your life, because you don't know what kind of creepers they are, As far as games go, my favorite game of all time is probably Final Fantasy VII. I love the RPG. Really into Sims, especially if I'm having a bad day. I will play Sims and, knock off a couple of characters, and then I'm having a better day. I know that's a terrible thing to admit to, but that's life. Latest game I'm really loving. Just finished BioShock Infinite. I'm having a problem. I'm kind of having a gamer hangover. This game was so perfect. What do you play after you play BioShock Infinite? So if you have any suggestions, throw them out there. I really do love horror games. If they're really well done and have a great story. Like, let's see, Crimson Butterfly, stuff like that. Oh, if you have anything like that, that's a great suggestion. Throw it out there because I'm always looking for good game suggestions. In my spare time, I go to Renaissance fairs and I spend a lot of time at Disney World and on Disney cruises and stuff because I'm really into the Disney. I know a lot of people would look at me and go, Auntie, seriously? You, Disney? Yeah, I'm a total Disney nerd and very proud of it. You know, I mean, some people might look at me and judge me as not being the most wholesome person, but I promise you, I like the Disney. Anyway, some of your other questions that I wanted to get to real quick before I run out of time, which is happening every second. There's so much pressure to filming these things. I had no idea. You guys asked, let's see. What is my favorite superhero? My favorite superhero is Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. I think he's the best. He's totally tormented and tortured and a real person with real problems and superhero problems. So I really dig him. Also, a lot of you were asking actually about sock puppets. And so I've been giving this a lot of thought. And I'm like, you know what? I wonder what it would be like if we filmed a scene from Vladimir Todd with sock puppets. I mean, what would that even be like? Vlad squeezed his eyes shut tight. He was awake, but he wasn't incredibly happy about it. Weekends, even summer weekends, were meant for sleeping in, especially when those weekends were spent hanging out super late under the full moon because your vampire genes won't let you go to bed before they've had their fill of nighttime. Even more so when you only had a matter of days before the joy of summer would be over and the dread of school would begin. A low buzzing sound drifted over his face, paused, then moved again toward his right ear. He popped open one eye and glared in disgust at the housefly that was hovering about the room. So that's what had woken him. The fly fluttered over and landed on the tip of Vlad's nose. He swatted it away, and when it took refuge on his pillow, he smacked his hand down to squash it, but missed. Vlad grumbled obscenities under his breath. What did the fly have against sleep, anyway? Flapping its tiny wings, it buzzed across the room and landed directly on the center of Henry's forehead. After a moment of hesitation, Vlad crept over to Henry's sleeping bag. He raised his hand slowly, giving the fly one final chance to move. He whispered,
"Don't think I won't do it."
The fly responded by washing its gross little fly face. If it could have spoken, Vlad was almost positive it would have laughed at him. Vlad brought his hand down fast and hard. The slapping sound his palm made when it hit Henry's skin echoed throughout his bedroom, but was shortly covered by a yelp from Henry, who sat up clutching his forehead.
Dude!
Vlad straightened his shoulders, triumphant in battle.
There was a fly.
Henry rubbed his forehead, snarling in disgust.
Well, did you at least kill it?
I think so.
Oh no, on second thought, that'd be terrible. Let's not do that. Let's see. Any other questions you guys had? A lot of writing questions. I promise I will do an entire vlog on writing. But something I did want to address that came up a couple of times. A couple of people mentioned the cinnamon challenge. I'm going to give you my opinion on the cinnamon challenge, and if you disagree with me, that's fine. You're entitled to disagree. However, I want to protect my minions because I really care about you guys, and I really do. I really do. You guys mean the world to me. The cinnamon challenge is stupid. Don't do it. It's incredibly dangerous. I mean, people have died from doing the cinnamon challenge, and it is not Auntie Heather approved. So if you're thinking about doing it, don't do it, because you can develop all sorts of terrible lung issues that can come back later on. And while it might seem funny now, it's not necessarily something that's good for you. You have to protect your body. Be good to yourself, because you get one body in this life, and you got to protect it, and you got to take care of yourself. So, you know, I told you guys at the end of the last video to be safe, and I definitely mean that. Please be safe. Please take care of your body, and don't do the cinnamon challenge, because it's just dumb. I mean, it's not even funny, really. So you guys asked a lot about books and a lot about writing and stuff like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I think that my next video will be about writing. Either my video will be about writing and publishing, or it will be story hour with Auntie Heather. I want you guys to choose. Do you want me to talk about writing, or do you want me to put curlers in my hair, wear my jammies, and read you a bedtime story? Okay? You let me know. Put it in the comments. I told you, I have no idea where the comments are. The comments, put them here. Oh, there's a comment there, there's a comment there. I don't even know where the comments are. So you guys make up your mind. You choose what my video is, and that's it. We're all done for today. So I will be doing this weekly. Watch out for that. Be good, be safe, and remember, Auntie Heather loves you. Greetings, minions. Auntie Heather here. I wanted to thank you all so much for all of your wonderful comments, and I hope that you keep watching. Of course, unless you don't like what I'm doing here, and then just stop. But those of you that do enjoy it, I really dig it, and I feel like we're interacting in a really cool way. I wanted to thank you all for all of your suggestions when it came to video games, actually. I have chosen The Last of Us to be the next game I play, and I'm really excited about it because, hello, apocalypse. What's more fun than the apocalypse? Actually, today we have story time with Auntie Heather, or story hour with Auntie Heather, or story something. I don't know. You want a story with Auntie Heather, and I'm going to read you a story. It's going to be amazing. So in a moment, I'm going to dim the lights, put jammies on, put curlers in my hair, and we're all going to gather around. I'm going to read you a story, and I hope that you enjoy it. For those of you that wanted to talk about writing, I will do an entire vlog on writing. But first, you have to leave comments, comments. You have to leave comments. And leave comments and tell me exactly, specifically what it is that you want me to talk about when it comes to writing or publishing. But I'm not going to leave you hanging too much. What I want to do today, I actually want to give you a really great piece of advice. I think it's a great piece of advice, but mostly because I'm giving it. And if you're giving the advice, you generally think it's good, or you wouldn't give it, Anyway, the thing is, when I started writing with an eye toward publishing, I would look up all these different things about writing, all these different things about publishing. I was looking, I think, for the secret. It seemed like there was a secret to getting published. How do you go from sitting alone and writing a story to having a book on a shelf in a bookstore? And I couldn't believe that there was any kind of a set formula to it. That A plus B would equal C. It didn't feel that way. It felt like you had to know someone, or you had to pay someone, or you had to have that secret. You had to know. So I would spend hours and hours Googling and reading books about writing and publishing and just pouring myself into it, when what I really should have been doing is the thing that actually got me published. I should have been writing. I know it sounds really flippant. It seems really like it's too easy, and you probably won't trust my answer. But the answer is, if you really want this as a job, first off, decide why you want it. Do you want it because you love writing, and it's the only thing you can imagine doing for the rest of your life, and you want to make a living at it? Or do you want to be famous? Because if you want to be famous, don't become an author. Most authors are not famous. I think they all should be, but most aren't. So if that's your reason, maybe rethink some things. Now, what I mean by what I should have been doing, at the time I told you I was looking up how to be a writer and how to get published. And when I sat down and I really threw myself into a story, when I really devoted that time not only to writing, but to editing my story and learning how to write by reading other amazing authors and then applying what I learned to my own works, that's when I started seeing success. If you want to know more about how to become published, I will post a link to a blog I did several years ago that's about, how to get published and how you need an agent and all this other stuff and everything. So I'll post that, in somewhere, wherever the box thing is, or in my blog if you're on my blog, or, wherever. But check that out and keep writing, because if you really love it and you have talent and you have determination and you will never, ever, ever take no for an answer, then this can be your job too. But make sure that this is the job that you want. So anyway, without further ado, I believe it is time for story time with Auntie Heather. Gather round, minions. Auntie Heather has a story to tell you. Welcome to Story Hour with Auntie Heather. Now, first off, we have to make sure you have everything that you need for Story Hour with Auntie Heather. You'll need a snack. Do you have a snack? I do. I have a cookie. I already kind of got started. And of course, I have the required Fun Dip. Fun Dip is my favorite thing ever besides my minions. So, if you have a snack, good. If you don't have a snack and you're not in your jammies, run now, go get in your jammies. It's okay, I'll totally wait. Grab a snack and then we'll get started. Ready? Go. Okay, are you ready? Okay, good. Choosing a story for today's Story Hour with Auntie Heather was a bit of a challenge. You see, I like really cool things, and my minions like really cool things. And so narrowing it down was kind of difficult. At first, I was thinking of reading you The Gashly Crumb Tinies by Edward Gorey. If you have not read them, you should. They are amazing. And then I said, well, no, I don't want to do that. But maybe the 10 Little Zombies love story by Andy Rash, which is also awesome. And then I said, oh my God, maybe I could read All My Friends Are Dead, which of course is by Avery Munson and Jory John. And it's amazing and hysterical if you haven't read it. And then I realized that what I wanted to read for this first Story Hour with Auntie Heather, we can get to those stories later on if you guys want to continue doing this. But what I wanted to read to you is actually a story that means a lot to me. This story, actually, this book right here, this is the one we're going to read. Matches my hair, kind of. This book is actually kind of a mystery to me. You see, I was doing this big event with a bunch of librarians and I think booksellers. I don't know, after a while it blurs together, but it was amazing. And some mysterious person had left a book for me after they had heard my tale, and this book really touched me in a way, and I wanted to read that with you, to share that with you, because I think it might mean something to you guys too. So you'll have to tell me, because it's great. I have my gorgeous curlers. You wondered how my hair got so awesome? Now you know. No, it doesn't. Not like that. Anyway, this book is called And She Sparkled by Joan Steffens. Everybody have your snack? There once was a little girl, and she sparkled. She lived in her magnificence, singing and dancing wherever life took her. In the morning, a finger of sunlight would reach gently through the blinds and tickle her awake, and she would leap from her bed, looking for joy wherever she could find it. And she found it. With her toes in the grass, her tiny hands around a dandelion, her hair tangled from the possibilities for fun that swirled around her, she was enough. At night, she would snuggle under her covers, barely able to wait for the dreams that would take her to even greater places and set the stage for the next day. One morning, though, the sunlight felt sharp, stabbing at sleepy eyes. A little grumble escaped her mouth as she stumbled out of bed. She did dance that day, but not as joyfully, not as she had the day before. And that night, she punched at her pillow, waiting for sleep to take her away from the day. Away. Slowly, the people around her noted with pride that the little girl was growing up. Learning to act mature is what they called it. They were doing their jobs well. And so, the little girl became a big girl, nicely folding her hands in her lap as she sat very still, wondering why she felt so alone. There was still a part of her that felt like dancing and singing, but that wasn't acceptable most of the time. It might disturb someone. It might not be appropriate. It most certainly wasn't useful. So as the girl grew, she would lock the door of her room when the others left, and sing and dance and visit the little girl inside, being careful to be a little quiet so she could hear if anyone returned. The girl grew and became even more dutiful. No one saw her dance. No one heard her sing. She memorized the answers others gave her for who she was, and soon, it seemed, even she forgot her little girl. To be sure, there were days when it looked as though the girl was happy, but the smiles were usually on the outside and not on the inside. Life went on for the girl, now a woman, and her life looked a lot like everyone else's. She was told that was success. Life, they said, is all about fitting in. Don't ask questions. It makes us all a little uncomfortable, and you don't want that. So the woman spent her days waking up and waiting to fall asleep. She wasn't aware the little girl was patiently waiting for her, reaching out in small ways every day and every night. But one morning, she felt a familiar tickle. The sunlight played on her face for a moment, and it made her smile. An energy she hadn't felt in some time lifted her out of bed. She sensed something familiar, and yet somehow it was new. That day was more ordinary than not, but from time to time she was filled with hope, which rose in waves and then disappeared into the ordinary. She went to bed that night happier than usual, but slightly confused at what the day had been about. The next day dawned, and the woman again sensed something familiar and exciting in the sunlight. In fact, she felt so alive in that moment she danced out of bed and down the hall, silently, so no one would hear her. Moments in the day found her quietly humming to herself, dancing in her dreams while she lived the life she thought she should. She went to bed that night, not as anxious to sleep, as anxious to be awake again. The months went on that way with joy dancing just below the surface of the woman. As the years went by, the woman became bolder, discovering things about herself she had somehow forgotten. She spent time every day hungrily uncovering pieces of a little girl from long ago. She decided that she could no longer only be the person others expected to see. She was that. She was so much more. She had always been so much more. She decided to share who she was with the world and with herself. There was magic to be remembered. And there was that urgent and now familiar rhythm that kept her dancing and looking for new songs to sing. Some people didn't really like that. They had come to depend on her the way she used to be. Now she made some of them uncomfortable, even angry. Are people really supposed to listen to their own rhythm and dance? They asked. Or should they march in the quiet lines laid out for them? It didn't matter to her. She didn't want to tell anyone else what to do. The only thing that mattered to the woman was the voice of the little girl living inside her heart, whispering softly that she was indeed enough. She was magnificent. And she sparkled. I hope you enjoyed Story Hour, minions. And I hope you know that you sparkle too. And so do I. I love you. Be safe. Be good. And remember, Auntie Heather loves you. Greetings, minions. Auntie Heather here. And today we have a special guest. This is Smudge. Smudge from Rise. Say hi, minions. Mr. Smudge, actually, you might have seen him in a video outside the door hanging out. And he wanted to say hi today. And I know that a couple of you were asking about him, so I thought I'd bring him in. Even though he was playing hide and seek, and he was hiding and I was seeking and it wasn't happening. But then I shook the treat bag, and you know how that goes. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys today, see how you're doing, see what's up. Make sure none of you have melted in the heat. Have any of you melted in the heat? If so, please don't answer, because it would just be like blub, 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 blub. Poor little melted minions. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the things that I like, that I dig. You know, I told you that this was all about me giving you a peek into my life. So today we're going to talk about eyeballs. Let's just pause for a moment. Take that all in. Yeah, we're going to talk about eyeballs. I have this thing about eyes. I really like eyes. I don't know why. They're cool. They're creepy. They're expressive. They're, I don't know, neat. And I tend to collect them. Yeah, I know. It's weird. I actually have about a dozen of these little antique German doll eyes. Isn't that neat? This is actually the weight, so that when the doll has their eye closed, you know, the lids go down, and it's cool, and I dig them. But I have a whole bunch of these things, and I just dig them. But actually, something really neat is, you remember Creepy Baby? Okay, this is Perturb Baby. You'll notice that Creepy Baby is not hanging out today with her. That's because Creepy Baby has come to say hi to you. I want you to get a good look at her eyes, and maybe you can catch her teeth and her tongue, but hold on a second. This, minions, is Creepy Baby. I mean, aptly named, right? Oh, I probably shouldn't, put my hand around the baby's neck. Let's Fine, baby's fine. Baby's fine. Baby's fine. Put the baby down here. Baby's fine. Baby's fine. Throw the baby on the floor. Totally fine. Fine. Baby's fine. Creepy eyes, though, right? I have a lot of really neat stuff in my office. I collect some really unusual items. I collect unusual toys. Actually, one of my favorite toys really creeps the heck out of my son, and that's my monkey. Okay, this monkey, I love this monkey. This monkey does not creep me out at all. I think he's cute in a really maniacal, scary circus way. But he really creeps my son out. And so my family, we kind of like playing pranks on each other. And so what I did, actually, one day he was upstairs in his room. His room is right above my office. And I took the monkey and I sat it right outside his door. So it was like staring. So when he'd open the door, he'd see the monkey. And I tiptoed back downstairs and I came into my office and pretended nothing happened. And then I hear, "Mom, what did you do?" And he comes downstairs and he goes, "What did you do?" Because he's scared of the monkey. And of course I went, what? What are you talking about? What are you doing with my monkey? And then later I laughed and he didn't, but the rest of us did. And it was quite entertaining, actually. So, that's a little bit about me and eyeballs and, creepy babies and monkeys, which kind of sums up my entire existence. But I promised you something. I promised you that we were going to talk a little bit about writing, and I'm keeping that promise today. I always feel a little weird talking about my process, and I think that's because everybody has their own process. No matter how you come to the page, you're coming to the page in your way. And so there's really no wrong way to approach it, except that you have to follow the writing formula. Now, if you've seen me in person, you probably know what the writing formula is. All writers know this formula, even if they don't know it, even if they don't consciously know it, or even if they won't admit that they know it. The formula to writing is this: butt plus chair equals writing. It's simple. You got to get your butt in the chair. You got to get words down on the page, on the screen, and then eventually you'll have a book or, whatever else it is that you're writing, a novella or a short story or a poem or, but you got to do the work. That's the secret. For me, generally I sit down and I write a really, really crappy first draft. My first draft is so bad that I generally don't correct the spelling. Characters change names and features like eye color and hair color several times throughout the story. And often I will skip huge chunks of description. I will have chapters and chapters that are just dialogue. Just pages and pages of dialogue. And I think that the reason that is because in my head I can hear the conversation and I can already see what's happening between the characters. So I just kind of log that in the back of my mind and get to the good stuff, which for me is dialogue, because I like it. I like conversation. So my first drafts are really super, super ugly. Now, this is, I guess I should call it first draft 1.0 or something, because it's the version that I really don't show anyone. Because then I go back and I put in the filler. I put in, okay, now here's the description that I saw in my head, and here's the action and all of that. And I go back and I polish it a couple of times before I actually have a completed first draft. I call it a first draft even when it's just pages and pages of dialogue, because once you hit the end, you've accomplished something huge and you should really be proud of that. But people often ask me how many times I go through a manuscript. Like, how many drafts do you generally do? I don't know. It depends on the book. I mean, really, I write, and some books come easy, and some books come hard, and some books don't come at all. So, just my advice is to sit down every single day and write something. And sometimes the words don't come out by doing this. Sometimes the writing's up here, but it's very important that you do something to better your craft every single day. Now, after I have a draft, of course, a completed first draft, so it's, it's still ugly, but it's pretty enough to show people and everything, that's when I bring people in and let them read it. But not a lot of people read it first. Sometimes my husband does. He used to in the beginning, but he's really busy with school right now. Generally it's my agent and, maybe a close friend, but I think it's really most important to work with my agent and my editor on that, because they're the ones that truly understand my vision and what it is that we are trying to accomplish. So you never really write alone. The first draft you do, but you kind of have voices from people that really understand how books work and how things are put together, giving their opinions, which is wonderful. And that's really the way to become a better writer. If you are new to writing, and new to publishing, if you're interested in something like a writing group, I know there are a lot of minions that write, and if you guys get together and exchange manuscripts, that can be very helpful. But always move forward. Surround yourself with people that understand your love of words, share your love of words, and keep writing. As far as plot and all of that stuff, you know what? There are a lot of blogs out there, and there are a lot of blogs out there and a lot of articles out there talking about all that stuff. So I know that you might want to hear it all from me, but I think it's been said. I think it's been done. So as far as me, that's my process. My process is, here's the honest process that I go through. I have an idea, and when I have that idea, I am a god. Seriously, I'm brilliant. It's amazing. It's perfect. Who wouldn't love this idea? It's incredible. And then I start working on the idea. And I am a god. And it's incredible. And who wouldn't want to read this? It's amazing. Everyone's going to love it. And then reality sets in, or what my brain deems reality, and says, what are you doing? You can't write that. You're not good enough to write that. There are a million other people out there that could write that way better than you. What are you thinking? And then I get very sad for a very long time. But I keep writing. I'm just really sad about it. And those are what I call my I suck days. And I plow through the I suck days, generally with my husband saying, honey, you're brilliant, you're wonderful, who wouldn't want to read this? And with my agent saying, you're brilliant, you're wonderful, who wouldn't want to read this? And me not believing anyone because I suck during those days. But then I finish it and I polish it. And the story ends up being something that means a lot to me. And I think, you know what? Who wouldn't want to read this? Maybe the minions will love this. And then you guys come to me and you say, you are a god. You're brilliant. You're amazing. Who wouldn't want to read this? And those are the best days of my life. So thank you. And also, if you know writers, please tell them if you like their work. Don't just tell them you like their work if you don't. But please tell them, because we do have very fragile egos and eagles. We might have fragile egos. I don't know. But we do have fragile egos. And it's really a cool thing when you guys reach out. Even if you don't get a response, know that the authors are paying attention and that we really, really do appreciate it. And we love you because you're our readers and you're amazing. So that's kind of what I have to say about writing. If you want to know the specifics of stuff, yeah, we can get into it. But I think there's a lot out there. Google is your friend. It's also your enemy. Be careful what you Google. I mentioned on Twitter in passing that I was going to give away a copy of this. If you don't know what this is an advanced reading copy of Third Strike, which is the third and final Slayer Chronicles book. Yes, it is the final, but trust me on this, it's so worth it. It's so exciting, and Henry is a big part of this book, so I'm really, really excited about it. So here's how we're going to give it away. You see, I like this vlogging thing, and I'm going to keep doing it, but I'd like to get a lot more subscribers. So what I'd like for you to do is to go out and tell people about it. If you could tell people about my vlog, that'd be really, really cool. Or tell people about my Facebook or my Twitter. In some way, go and further the minion horde, because we need more minions. We always need more minions. So if you go out and you do that, go onto YouTube, and I know where the comments are on YouTube. Go onto YouTube, and down here in the comments, I want you to post a link to where you have talked about the Minion Horde and Auntie Heather and how awesome we all are. And if you post a link down here on YouTube, I will enter you to win this arc. So you can read it. This book doesn't even come out until almost the end of February. So you can read it before anybody else does. So go out there, sing the praises of the Minion Horde, sing the praises of Auntie Heather, not for nothing, but we're kind of awesome. And, do our thing. And I really appreciate it. I know today is a little, we're calm. We don't have story time or anything else like that. But I've had a really, really busy week, so I'm a little tired. As for next week, What do you guys want to talk about? Go ahead, leave it in the comments wherever you are. Tell me what you want to talk about, and we'll talk more about that. A lot of you are asking about certain projects and certain endings and all these things, and I don't know how much I can talk about when it comes to those things, but speaking of eyes, something like that. So you tell me, what should I vlog about next time? And I promise I will be better rested. And for now, remember, Auntie Heather and Creepy Baby are thinking about you. Mostly Creepy Baby's thinking about how delicious you are. So that's all for today. I will talk to you guys next week. Remember, be safe, be good, and Auntie Heather loves you. Greetings, minions! As you can see, today I am a dinosaur. I am feeling very dinosaur-y today, so that's what I am. What are you today? See, I like doing goofy things. I know it's silly and it's strange, and I know that there are some people that are like, oh man, she is obnoxious. But I am obnoxious in my own special way, the way that everyone is obnoxious, the way that everyone is weird. I've always thought it was funny when people would say, oh, this person, they are so weird. And they act like it's an insult. Being weird is awesome. Own your weird. Be weird. Everyone's weird. There is no normal. Anybody that tells you there's normal, they're selling you something. So today we're going to talk about self-esteem. A couple of you contacted me via email, via comments, and said that you're struggling with some self-esteem issues, and I thought we'd talk about it. Now, I know that by what you see today, Dinosaur Auntie Heather, that you assume that probably that, correct me if I'm wrong, but you probably assume that I have a lot of self-confidence. And the truth is, I do. Now. But I didn't always. There was a time, definitely, when I could not have sat here in front of a webcam wearing a dinosaur hat talking to my minions. You see, I had very low self-esteem growing up from the time I was very, very young. And until very recently, actually, I have this voice in my head. And I'm betting you do too. The voice in my head I call Fuddy. And Fuddy says some very negative things. Fuddy says things like, well, he used to. Anymore when he whispers, I ignore him. But Fuddy would say things like, you're ugly. You're stupid. You're not talented. No one really likes you. They're all just pretending because they feel sorry for you. Isn't that horrible? Can you imagine somebody saying that to your Auntie Heather? Well, the truth is, your Auntie Heather would say that to your Auntie Heather because Fuddy is me. And your Fuddy, your voice, is also you. It's something called negative self-talk. You see, we can talk ourselves into high self-esteem or into low self-esteem. And it's very important that you focus on the high self-esteem. I've found that for me, whenever Fuddy starts yammering again, I will out loud say, shut up, Fuddy. And when I do, it cues that switch where I can start telling myself some really positive things about myself because, you know what? I don't think I'm ugly. I don't think I'm stupid. And I think a lot of people really do like me. And the ones that don't, they don't understand me. And clearly we weren't meant to be friends. And that's okay. So make sure that you listen more to the positive voice in your head than you do the negative voice. And after a while, if every day you fight to have that positive voice say something wonderful about yourself, even if you don't truly believe it at the time, eventually you will start to believe it. Look at me. I'm a dinosaur. That's awesome. You could be a dinosaur too. You are a dinosaur. You just don't know you're a dinosaur yet. Okay, so I'm just saying. It's something that you really can improve, your self-esteem. Now, another minion, actually a couple of them, asked about how to deal with people that are pushing you down, how to deal with people that won't lift you up and be positive influences in your life. I know that's something that a lot of us struggle with. I have struggled with it too. I've had a lot of negative people in my life that I've had to remove from my life to, increase the positive level. So it's hard because most of you are pretty young and a lot of you are asking about certain family members. And I know that at your age, when you're younger, it's really difficult. You can't just cut people out of your life and you can't just like walk away from it. I would try the direct approach mostly. I would try sitting people down and saying, look, clearly we have issues in my life, you're in, in our life, and I feel like these are the things you're doing that are not making me happy. And here's how I feel like you can improve it. And I would appreciate it if you would put the effort in to change. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of people won't. A lot of people won't change. I think people are afraid of change. And it's sad, but all you can do is take care of yourself. If you're self-harming, please stop. Because when you hurt yourself, you're hurting me, you're hurting the Minion Horde, and most importantly, you're hurting yourself. When you go through these bouts of depression, they are very, very difficult to face. I know Auntie Heather goes through bouts of depression too, but when I do, I turn to the Minion Horde because we are all in this together, and we can all get out of it together too. Love is something that bonds us together, so let's do this, minions. Anybody that's being super negative to you, try your best to combat it with positivity, because you should have positivity in your life. You should have joy in your life. You deserve it. You're worth it. You're worth it to me, and I want you to be worth it to you too. It just takes time. I told you for a long time, I didn't have great self-esteem. Honestly, I really didn't like myself. Now I know. You look at the dinosaur hat and you say, this woman did not like herself. No, I did not. I did not like myself. I didn't think that I was special. I thought I was weird. Yeah, see, at one point in time, I thought that was a negative thing to be too, and I don't get it. I don't get it because people would shove it down my throat that weird was bad. And I knew way deep down that weird was special. And I'm special. And you're special too. So today's going to be kind of a short thing. I am going to list the winner of the Arc of Third Strike down in the description thing somewhere. And actually, I have something to tell you guys. I'm going to be gone for like 2 weeks. Auntie Heather really needs a break. She needs a break from a lot of things. So I'm going to take and kind of do a sanity break and, wear dinosaur hats and, I don't know, play video games and stuff like that. Speaking of video games, okay, you guys, most of you suggested The Last of Us, okay, because I was having a Bioshock Infinite hangover. And The Last of Us I'm playing it now, and man, that is a gorgeous game. I cannot think of a game more visually stunning than The Last of Us. It's really incredible. I mean, and the realism is mind-blowing. It's just wild. I'm struggling with the predictability because right now I feel like, well, something just happened. I don't want to give spoilers away, but something just happened to Joel. And so I'm getting ready to go back in there and figure out what's going on with him. And I don't know. I'm kind of seeing a lot of things coming, but I trust you, minions. Everybody says there's a great twist coming up, and I'm really excited about it. So we'll see how it goes. So for now, I'm going to leave you all with a little bit of homework. First off, I want to thank you for spreading the word about the Minion Horde because you guys rock, and I really, really appreciate it. Now, your homework as the Minion Horde, here's what I want you to do during the 2 weeks while I'm gone. Every single day, you have 2 duties. 1, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror, and I want you to say something positive. You don't have to mean it in the beginning, but I want you to try. 2, every single day, I want you to influence someone else's life in a positive way. You see, I believe that we are all ripples in a pond. And I believe you should be a positive ripple in the pond of life. I know a lot of people might be like, oh man, but I do. I think that we can affect change if we go out there and do good. Whether that's helping somebody by holding the door for them, whether that's telling a girl who clearly looks very sad that she's pretty or that she's smart, or, something like that, helping your mom with the dishes, something positive. Do something positive to affect change. It will change you, and it will change the world. And that's what the Minion Horde does. So, there's your homework. I'm out of here for 2 weeks. I will be back. I'll be filming the week of August 18th. And so you'll see me then. And until then, remember, you have to be safe, you have to be good, and remember that Auntie Heather loves you. And in Dinosaur, Auntie Heather, rawr. See you, minions. Greetings, minions! Auntie Heather here, and today is a very special day. Today is my birthday. My 40th birthday, to be exact, and I wanted to share today with you. I do have something special. Hold on a second. Feel free to sing along. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, Auntie Heather. Happy birthday to me. So anyway, thank you very much. I just wanted to leave you a quick birthday message, and I hope you sing along, and if not, start the video over again, sing along this time. Remember, be safe, be good. Auntie Heather loves you, and she destroys cupcakes. Greetings, minions! Auntie Heather here. You guys got a minute? Because I want to talk about something, and I think you guys want to talk about it too. You know what I can't stand? I can't stand when I give my time and my heart and my devotion to characters and a story and a book and an author, only to find out that the next book in that series has been completely ripped away from me. I hate that. I'm sure many of you hate that too. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I of course am talking about my recent news that Soul Broken is no more. Soul Broken, of course, is the sequel to Soul Bound, which is the first book, well, the only book in the Legacy of Trill series. So today, I'm going to talk about it. I know that you guys must be frustrated because you haven't been getting a lot of answers, because a lot of you are asking me for answers and demanding answers, and there are some really unpleasant emails coming in that are saying, you know, that I'm not exactly sharing everything and that maybe I don't care about my readers, which breaks my heart because you guys mean the world to me. You mean everything to me. I mean, there's like my kitties. Come on, gotta give them props. My family, and then the minions, you know, so you guys are everything. So of course I care about you, and of course I want you to have all the answers that you possibly can have as to why Soul Broken is no more. So the thing is, though, I have to give you a little lesson first, okay? The lesson is this. It's what it's really like to be an author. Now, you would think that as authors, we are allowed to, you know, the moment we get wonderful news, we're allowed to like burst into the world and go, here's all my wonderful news, and share it with you guys. But actually we can't, and that goes for good news and bad news, such as like if we sell film rights, generally we'll be told, don't talk about selling film rights. And then there will come a time sometimes that they're like, okay, you can talk about film rights. And if you sell a book, they're like, don't say that you sold a book. And then there will come a time when they're like, okay, now you can say you sold a book. And I'm not entirely sure I get why, but I just kind of roll with it because that's the way publishing is. We're allowed to talk about certain things. We're not allowed to talk about other things. Good, bad, doesn't matter. We just have to listen to those in charge. So the reason that I have not been giving you intimate, crucial, critical details as to why you're not getting Soul Broken is because I can't. Otherwise, I would gladly pour out my heart and tell you every detail, tell you everything I know. But the fact is I can't. I can't talk about it. If I could, I would, because you're my minions, and I tell you guys pretty much everything. You know, I very much value honesty. I very much view myself as a person that's forthright and forthcoming, and just picture me sitting here with duct tape, like, because that's it. There are things that I can't talk about. What I can talk about, I'll talk about today. And then I'm going to lay it to rest, and I'm going to move on because I don't think it's healthy to cling to the past. And I hope that you move on too. I hope it's with me. But if it's not, you know, there are millions and millions of other books out there and millions of wonderful, wonderful authors, and I hope that you'll cling on to them too because, you know what, we got to support the authors. Got to support books because they're amazing. And you guys are awesome for doing it. So anyway, sometimes books don't do well. For whatever reason, you know, Maybe the sales weren't great. Maybe, maybe it just didn't fit the market. I don't know. Sometimes books just don't do well. And no matter how great a book is, there's no guarantee that a book is going to do well in stores. And there's no guarantee that people are going to find it. There's no guarantee of success in publishing. I mean, if you're looking for success, publishing is a long shot. So, there's just no guarantees in it. And sometimes books don't sell well. It's nobody's fault. It's not the publisher's fault at all. It's not the author's fault at all. It's not the reader's fault at all. It just happens. It's one of those things. And sometimes when that happens and it's supposed to be a series, sometimes books get canceled. And you know what? That's nobody's fault either. It's not the publisher's fault. It's not the author's fault. It's not the reader's fault. These things just happen. And all we can really do is move forward and know that the publisher is going to bring us more amazing books. The author is going to write more amazing books. And the readers are going to read more amazing books. That's it. I know that seems like a really simplistic answer. But like I said, for one, duct tape. For two, sometimes these things happen and it sucks. But you know what? The worst thing you can do is send threatening emails and stuff like that. So don't do that because that's rude, And if you feel the need to send a threatening email, send it to Apple about this iOS 7. Oh my God! I hate iOS 7. I can't even tell you the flames on the side of my face. I don't like it at all. I feel like it's really cartoony and it's really annoying me. And now I'm way off subject. So, back books. Here we are. So basically, Soulbound is out there, and if you want to read a really great book, I feel like it's a great book. Go and grab it and read it. Know that it does have a cliffhanger ending. Know that at the back of the book it does say, "Watch for Soul Broken." And then also know that sometimes stuff happens. I mean, it's nothing I can control. It's nothing my publisher can control. Please don't go to my publisher and beg them and threaten them and stuff like that. Because you know what? It's not their fault. And it's certainly not my fault. So, just read it for what it is. It's a really good book, I think. Anyway, you might hate it, but I love it. So, read that and then move forward with me. You see, we're all about moving forward. We're all about burying things in the past and moving on. Speaking of burying things, where do we bury things? Oh yeah, the cemetery. If you haven't heard, of course, a couple of videos ago, I announced The Cemetery Boys, which is my new book. I think I accidentally misled a couple of you, maybe, because a few of you seem to get the impression that because I'm doing The Cemetery Boys, I'm not doing Soul Broken. That's not the case at all. I'm not doing Soul Broken just because stuff happens. And I get to do Cemetery Boys. So, The Cemetery Boys is going to be amazing. I'm actually unbelievably excited about it. It's the most me, I feel, of all my books so far. It really, Vlad will always be me. I mean, really, he'll always be the most, I think. But The Cemetery Boys is going to be really exciting. It's actually about a boy named Stephen, and he moves to a small town in Michigan and kind of gets wrapped up with these twins, brother and sister. And all is not what it seems. And there's a lot of, it's all about like small town rumors and gossip. It's all about, maybe these man-eating horrific monsters, and about finding your way when you feel like the rug has totally been pulled out from underneath your feet. I like it. I think it's awesome. And I'm excited. And it has like a total kick-butt soundtrack with it. See, my wonderful new editor, Andrew Harwell, he made me a mixtape. Okay, so he sent me this like incredible soundtrack. And the thing is, it's dead on. I mean, like, these are songs I totally would have chosen myself. They're actually, most of these are already on playlists of mine that I listen to when I write anyway. And I love this so much. This is my official playlist for the Cemetery Boys. So here's what I'm going to do. There are 18 songs on it. I'm going to, in the next 18 vlogs, this one and then 17 more, I'm going to give you one song from the soundtrack. And then you go and go to iTunes or whatever, or YouTube. You can listen to free if there's an official video on there. And check out the song and love it and pass it around and share it with everybody because it's going to be awesome. Okay, so the first one is by the Pumpkins, Smashing Pumpkins. It's "The beginning is the end is the beginning." Okay, so go download or listen to or ask your friends if they have it and you can hear it and everything. Smashing Pumpkins, "The beginning is the end is the beginning." I'm going to be listening to it all day today. You guys listen to it all day today. And then, we can rock out. That'd be cool. So, what else is going on? Let's see. Oh, I have a wonderful, really super spooky e-short story coming out through Harper Impulse. It's called "The Ghost of Ben Hargrove." Yeah, and it's all about a cell and a dude and a bloody teddy bear and a ghost. And it's awesome. And I love it. And it's like super scary and really like kind of, so you'll dig it or you won't, And I hope you'll dig it and let me know because that would be really fantastic. For today, if you don't know about my conference, on October 19th, I'm holding an anti-bullying conference here in St. Louis. Well, it's actually in St. Peters, which is just outside St. Louis. Anyway, it's called Less Than 3. You can get more information at www.lessthan3conference.com. Okay, so go to the website, check it out. There are only 99 tickets available. We already have like 201 people coming to this, and it's going to be epic. You won't believe the lineup. 21 amazing YA authors, plus you equals changing the world forever. So come change the world with me and check out that song, Pumpkins, and go and read amazing books and tell me all about the awesome in your lives, Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later. Remember, for now, be safe, be good, and Auntie Heather loves you. Greetings, minions. Auntie Heather here, and as you can see, it is very, very, very cold. You see the hat? Cold, very cold. I'm actually not wearing my bat hat, which is really weird because, as you know, I wear my bat hat every year, but I can't seem to find it. So I'm going to take a look around and see what I can find. For now, I'm a monster. Look, I'm a monster. And I love this hat too, so I may wear it more. I do wear a hat inside and outside because I get really chilly, so I put like lots and lots of layers on and hats, and I just shiver throughout the entire winter, and my family thinks I'm crazy, but, whatever, fine. I'm warm. That's all that matters. And I'm a monster and I'm adorable. So, as you know, if you've seen my Facebook and my Twitter, I have a big surprise for all of you and you're going to be very happy. But first thing you need to do is go back and watch the last vlog. Okay, go ahead. I'm going to sit here and wait for you. So go watch that and I'll be here when you get back. Was that long enough? Did you watch it? I hope you did, because I was here the whole time. You wouldn't believe everything I got done while you were gone. Anyway, watch the last video. You know what's happening with that. So, I have news. I may have spoken too soon. Now, see, I love how many of you are really passionate about the legacy of Trill and Kaya and Darius and Trayton and Maddox, who I adore, and I hope you adore her too. And I'm really, really excited to hear that you guys love that story and that you've connected with that story, and I think it's wonderful. And it really broke my heart to have the series canceled, and especially, it hurt, but it hurt a lot more when you guys started contacting me and saying, with all this frustration, saying, please, we have to know what else happens because that ending. Well, we're not the only ones that love that story. You see, the wonderful folks at Harper Teen, they love that story too. And what's more important, they love you guys. They love the Minion Horde because everybody at Harper Teen, they're Minions too. They're one of us. They're one of us. That can't be good grammar. Anyway, I got a phone call from my agent last night, and I've been dying to tell you guys, and I wanted to wait until this morning when I was a little more awake. But it looks like Soul Broken will be published as an ebook through Harper Teen. Fall 2015, it is coming, people. You are going to get to know what happens after all. You're going to find out exactly what was going on with Darius at the end. You're going to find out what happens to Kaya. You're going to find out, who she ends up with, if she ends up with anyone. You're going to find out a lot of things. And I am so thrilled and relieved and happy that I get to share this with you guys, and I hope that you're happy too, and I hope that you will tell everyone you know that enjoyed the first book, please get excited, fall 2015 it's coming, and then tell everyone you know that hasn't read the first book, go and get the first book and read it, because you won't even believe it. If you love the book, you should sing its praises. I believe in that, absolutely. So that's kind of my big news for now. It's not just the monster hat, And also, I owe you guys something. It's been a while. I mean, like a long time, right? And the reason it's been so long is because I did the Less Than 3 conference, which is my YA Lit anti-bullying conference here in St. Louis. And it was incredible. It was wonderful. If you missed it, don't miss it next year. Not saying there will be a next year. There might be a next year. It all depends on how everything comes together, but I think there'll be a next year. But it was really incredible. It was amazing. We have wonderful authors and wonderful attendees, and there wasn't a dry eye in the house, and it was perfect, and I loved it, and it was wonderful. I keep saying wonderful. I gotta stop that. Anyway, I will have some footage and stuff like that for you guys from Less Than 3 on my next vlog, but not right now because I'm doing stuff. Stuff like writing stuff and, editing stuff, what I do, wearing hats, But I owe you guys something, actually. I owe you the second song from the Cemetery Boys soundtrack. Now, if you went back, like you were supposed to, and watched that last vlog, then you realize that for my next, so many vlogs, I'm going to be releasing at the end another song from the soundtrack for the Cemetery Boys, which is coming winter 2015. 2015, big year. So I'm going to give you the second song today. Go onto iTunes. You can get official videos and stuff like that on YouTube. If you want a little free preview or something like that, go wherever you got to go. I know there are, what was it? Not Panera. That's that sandwich place. Pandora. That's another one. And go and download the songs and love them. And, because I love them and I want everybody to love them too. So the second song on the Cemetery Boys soundtrack, I will not give you the first one here again. Go back and watch the other video, the one right before this one, and get the first song. The second song is called Black Sheep. It's by Metric. Okay, go check it out. Love it because it's amazing, and I'll have more stuff for you guys later. But for now, one more thing before I go. My new web designer has said that she's going to have website comps for me today. So the new website is getting closer and closer and closer. So I'm really excited about it. So watch for that too. I think that's everything. Yeah, that's everything. Okay, so be safe. Be good. And remember, Auntie Heather loves you. Greetings, minions. Auntie Heather here. I wanted to talk to you about my recent hospital stay. You see, today is Tuesday. I got out of the hospital Saturday afternoon, and I had gone in Wednesday around 2 a.m. The reason that I was in the hospital, all day Tuesday I was in intense pain. My abdomen, it was terrible. I felt like somebody had either stabbed me with a knife and left the knife there, or like I had swallowed a bunch of glass, like really sharp shards of glass. It was really horrific. And my pain, it would spike and then stay there. I couldn't, taking anything didn't do anything, moving in different positions didn't do anything, relaxing, nothing worked to ease the pain at all. It was horrible. And finally, that can really weigh on you after a while. Finally, at 2 a.m., I woke up my husband and I said, we have to go to the ER. And I'm not a person that rushes to the doctor easily. So he took it seriously and took me in. And I'm really, really glad that I went in. And I'm really glad that I had this hospital stay because it's taught me some interesting things about myself that I did not know. Now, when I got to the hospital and everything, the ER is wonderful. It was incredible. Barnes Jewish out here in St. Louis, they are incredible, and I love them. They're just amazing, amazing doctors. And I went in, and the first thing right away, they gave me pain meds, and they gave me something really strong. It's supposed to be stronger than morphine. It's actually called Dilaudid or something like that. Only it didn't do anything. My pain was that bad. It didn't touch it. So, but they kept giving it to me and kept giving me more to see if they could kind of get on top of my pain. They said, first we want to get you comfortable, then we want to find out what is causing this pain. And I really appreciated that because I was in intense pain, for a long time. So they go through and a lot of people examine me and a lot of people talk to me and they're figuring things out. And finally they go, okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do an endoscopy. Now, if you don't know what an endoscopy is when they take pretty much a camera and shove it down your throat so they can look at your insides. I did not want to be awake for the endoscopy. So they took me down to give me the endoscopy, and then they stuck this thing that looked like a little piece of a PVC pipe in my mouth to keep my mouth open for while they were sticking a camera down there. And then they gave me this medication to knock me out. Now, the funny thing is that they didn't tell me until afterwards the medication that they gave me to knock me out for that time is the same stuff that Michael Jackson had. Yeah, how scary is that? But, it was okay. Totally knocked me out for, like 15 minutes or so, and that was it. And it was a really quick procedure. And they went down with the camera and they checked everything out. Here's what they found. It turns out I had a very deep, but small, but very deep ulcer. And I didn't know about it. And so over time, that ulcer was slowly bleeding. And, like anything, if you've got a drip coming out of a faucet and it's just one little drop of water, before you know it, that drop of water really adds up. I mean, it can turn into buckets within any amount of time, really quickly. So what was happening was that my ulcer was bleeding. They said probably over the last 2 years or so, was bleeding. And what happened was that, the ulcer for one was causing me the pain, but it also made me severely anemic. You see, they checked my levels and everything. Before they gave me the endoscopy, they had to check my blood levels, my hemoglobin levels. And apparently they were really scary low. And they actually gave me a blood transfusion. I got 4 bags of blood. And no, I didn't take them all Vlad style. That would have been cool though. No, actually it'd been like this. Could be like a Capri Sun. It'd be like, but no, they didn't let me do that. So, but they hooked them up to my IV and gave me a blood transfusion. And then they gave me the endoscopy and discovered why. Oh, this is probably why you're anemic. And they were treating me with all these different things. They gave me an iron infusion thing, and they gave me a whole bunch of other. I had 1 million different kind of IV bags hooked up to my IV, and actually it's funny because I can't wear any of my cool bracelets right now because where my IV was is still really sore. It's been a couple of days, so I'm hoping that heals up soon. But they gave me all these IVs and all this medication and everything, and I have to go in for a follow-up and where they test my hemoglobin levels again because they're really concerned about this anemia thing. And then it was funny because the doctor was telling me all of these different symptoms. He said, you know what? Over the past 2 years, you probably didn't even know that you were severely anemic. Have you had any of these symptoms? And I had all of them. And so it was really kind of weird because like the last 2 years, if you've been paying attention, I've been going through a lot of stress, and a lot of it's career related. And I thought I was just stressed out. Turns out I wasn't just stressed out. I was anemic. so all of the fatigue that I had, and some of the depression I was experiencing, and some of the weird things like the shortness of breath, and my heart racing when I'd walk up the stairs, and my nails kind of curling, and my insomnia spiking, and things like I was experiencing pica, or I don't know if it's pica, I call it pica, when you have the urge to eat strange things. I've always eaten ice. It's kind of it's a bad habit. Don't do it if you never did it before. Don't do it. But I've always kind of eaten ice. But my pica really got out of control, where I was eating like a 5-pound bag within like a day or so. I know that's horrible, and it's horrible to admit to it. I don't have the urge to eat ice now. But after the transfusion, I'm feeling much better. But I had that, and I also had the urge to smell strange things like spray paint fumes, gasoline, things like that. I would have the urge. I would have to smell it, and it took everything I could. I wouldn't. It would take everything I could to resist the urge to be around those things. But so it's really weird, isn't it? But those are the kind of things that I was experiencing. And for 2 years, I have been exhausted and depressed and feeling sick, and being very sick. My hemoglobin levels, it turns out, were so low that, let's just say, it's a very good thing that I went in when I did. Now, I'm telling you all of this because I think it's important, for one, that I share with the Minion Horde. If I ask you guys to share pieces of yourself, then, I have to share pieces of myself too. And I believe in sharing the truth. And this is the truth of my life. Now I am feeling much better. Much better. I had a blood transfusion. I've had, ridiculous amount of stuff stuck in me, and now I'm on medication, and I'm more optimistic and feeling better than I have in a very, very long time. And it's just really opened me up to make me really appreciate life. And if I hadn't gone in when I went in, things could have been very scary. But I did go in, and I want you guys to know that when I say, be safe and be good, I also want you to be healthy. Okay, I want you to take care of yourselves. Go see your doctor on a regular basis. Mental health is incredibly important. Physical health is too. Take care of yourself. If you're supposed to be on a vitamin regimen, yeah, take your vitamins. If you're supposed to be taking certain types of medication, take your medication. If you're supposed to be doing certain things, do those things. Take care of yourself, because there's only one you, and it would be horrible if we lost one of you. So anyway, I just wanted to thank you all very much. You've all been so sweet with all of your concern online, and I'm very touched. And you guys are amazing, and you don't realize how much you mean to me. So, getting all teary up because Auntie Heather's all emotional, but I'm full of blood, so what's gonna happen. Thank you. You guys rock. Now, I believe that I owe you something, actually. I believe that I owe you the third song from the Cemetery Boys soundtrack. See, Auntie Heather doesn't forget everything, even when she's in the hospital and hooked up to tubes and all this. The song today actually is a personal favorite, and kind of ironic if you think about it, really. That's today's song. It's by, get ready, go to iTunes, go Pandora, go wherever you got to go to get this song. You can, if you don't have any money, you can go on YouTube and search for the official video and listen to the music there. Okay, but it'd be cool if you downloaded it. All right, the band is a personal favorite of mine, Modest Mouse. Okay, Modest Mouse. And the song, Settin' in a Coffin. Modest Mouse, Settin' in a Coffin. Go download it, listen to it, love it, because it's one of my favorites, and it's on the Cemetery Boys soundtrack. So that means you guys have, if you watch the last few videos, you have the first 3 songs of the soundtrack. Altogether, there will be 18 songs on the soundtrack. So keep watching the vlogs, keep commenting, keep downloading, listen to this music, and get ready, because you guys have no idea what is coming your way. Honestly, if you liked the Slayer Chronicles, you liked Legacy of Trill, you liked the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd, you had no idea what's coming your way with the Cemetery Boys. It is hardcore, and I just absolutely love it. So get ready, enjoy your music, be good, be safe, be healthy, and remember, Auntie Heather loves you. Hi, minions. Auntie Heather here. Okay, so this is the 3rd time I have filmed this vlog. I am really annoyed by it. It's getting shorter every time I film it, so if I have to film it again, I may just get to hi and have that be it. I was having some microphone issues. I was going to say I'm having some microwave issues, but I'm not cooking anything. Anywho, greetings, minions. How are you? After the last video, I wanted to tell you guys that I am doing much, much better. I'm taking my vitamins and my medication every day, and I feel wonderful. I'm so full of energy, and I'm just, everything's just really good. I'm feeling very motivated and very creative, and actually really in the mood to make like apple crisp and crafting for Christmas presents, and really working hardcore on the Cemetery Boys, and just things are really good. So I wanted to update you guys and, see how you are doing, tell you how I'm doing. I'm good, but this is going to be a short video because, anywho, actually, to get right to it, we're just going to skip. I've rambled about stuff, but, it comes down to be healthy and take care of yourself, and I'll be healthy and take care of myself, and together we can do anything. That's it. Cut to the chase. We're going to move on because I'm going to give you a song. The song, okay, if you haven't been following this, The Cemetery Boys is my new book out from Harper Teen in winter 2015, okay? I'm really excited about it. It is so amazing. Well, I think it's amazing. You may hate it, but I'm really jazzed about it. I'm loving working on it. It's really cool. It's kind of freaky, and I think you're going to love it. So for the past few vlogs, I've been announcing one of the songs off of the official soundtrack for the Cemetery Boys. And this is, today I'll be giving you number 4. If you want the other 3, go back and watch vlogs before this one and start making a list. And then go on Pandora or iTunes or something like that. Or if you have a friend that has the music, you can totally share and get the songs and everything and have the soundtracks so that you can listen along with me and then, get excited about the book and then listen along when you're reading the book. Somebody had suggested that minions go on YouTube and there's a way to extract it into MP3s. I'm going to tell you, do not do that. Okay, that is pirating, and pirating is stealing, and stealing is wrong. Okay, anytime that you do something like that and you download something for free, when the artist has not specifically said this is yours for free, you are stealing from them. You are stealing from everyone it takes to make that music, to make that album. The same goes for books. If you download a book for free, you're downloading it illegally. And that means the author's not getting paid, the cover designer's not getting paid, the editors are all not getting paid, the marketing people are not getting paid, nobody's getting paid. Anybody that's supposed to be doing anything for that book, none of them are making any money. And if nobody makes any money, we can't continue to make these things. So if you steal from Auntie Heather, you're going to affect Auntie Heather's ability to give you more books. So don't steal. It's wrong. And minions don't steal. We're cooler than that, right? So on to song number 4 in my quick little vlog. The name of the band is Stealing Sheep. Don't ask me. I didn't name the band. I don't know what they're doing with the sheep. Stealing's wrong, but they took a sheep and they wrote a song. The song is called Shut Eye. So maybe they're napping with the sheep, which might be nice because sheep are soft. Anyway, Shut Eye by Stealing Sheep. Go listen to it, love it. Check out the other songs and start stringing them together. And I don't know, maybe you'll be able to figure out the vibe of this whole story by listening to this music. I hope so, because it's awesome. Okay, so I want you all to remember something, okay? Remember that I want you to be good, and I want you to be safe. But most of all, remember, Auntie Heather loves you. Greetings, minions! Yes, as you can see, I have a fabulous new hat. And I love it, and I think I may name him Ferdinand, which I name a lot of things, but I like that name. Happy New Year. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're seeing this. How are you? I'm good. I am. I'm really good. I have a fantastic hat that my son Jacob actually got me for Christmas, and things are good. I thought I would talk to you guys, though, about why I'm wearing the hat. A, it is the most awesome hat on the planet. I mean, I'm sure we can agree that this is the best hat ever made. I mean, what hat throws its arms up in the air and kind of Kermit flails? That's cool, right? So, yay, Ferdinand. B, I'm kind of growing out my hair. So if you're wondering why you haven't had a vlog in a while, I haven't been wanting to show anybody my hair for a long time because, okay, I actually was born with strawberry blonde hair. Yeah, I know. Okay, look, if you have strawberry blonde hair and you like it, totally cool. I really absolutely despise it on me. That's why that's one of the reasons I've been dyeing my hair for so long, because I like other colors. I really like having black hair. I've had every color literally under the sun. You know, if you name it, I've had it. And I've been really dyeing my hair with Kool-Aid since I was like 12, but I've been dyeing it all different kinds of colors over the years, and I just love doing it. And I'm in the place now where I've had the same haircut and the same hair color for a little while. And as much as I love the long bangs and the spikes and everything, I really do. I love them. I want a little bit of change. I want something different. I want to shake it up. So I'm actually growing my hair out because it will make it easier with the new color that I'm getting. I'm growing it out so that I can chop it short, all of it. My long bangs are going to be gone too. They're going to be kind of short and maybe a little swoopy or a little spiky, depending on my mood. And my hair is actually going to be, well, the purple's not going anywhere. I will still have purple bangs because I love purple. But the purple's actually going to stand out a lot more now because I'm aiming for silver hair. So I will be fancy and silver and purple. My hair will not look like this. But it will be amazing and cool. But in the meantime, I really hate that people can see the strawberry blonde roots and they're getting ridiculous. And I think I only have about another month left to go with growing it out, so it'll be at a good length to chop it off and bleach it and dye it silver. But that means until February, I'm in Hatville. So, anyway, that's what's happening with my hair and my hat. And that was absurdly long for talking about my hair and my hat. Like, you guys care. Oh, well, I care. It's my blog. What you gonna do? As you can see, my office is a total mess, really. I mean, over here, this is my heater. I get very, very cold, and I turn on this heater, and it's amazing. And that cord goes to something. I don't know. Something. It's out. It's a mess. And this all back here, wait, no, point this way. There we go. Yeah, I did it. All this stuff back here is books and books and books and books and stuff that I can give away. So it's just kind of sitting in here. I got it out of storage and stuck it in my office. And then, of course, Perturbed Baby. See, I'm so good at pointing at Perturbed Baby. It's ridiculous. Perturbed Baby is really annoyed by the hat. I mean, really annoyed by the hat. Oh, you know what? Maybe she'll wear the hat next time. That'll be awesome. So I wanted to see you guys, see how you were, catch up with you. Everybody around this time of year asks me, what's your New Year's resolution? I don't make New Year's resolutions. If you've seen my Facebook or Twitter post lately, I just don't do it. I don't believe in making promises to myself that I'm probably not going to keep. So I just never make those and everything. But I will keep working on me and working on my joy. And I'm also going to keep working on world domination because that's what we do in the Minion Horde. Also, I owe you guys big time. It's been like a month since a hospital kind of vlog thing, and this vlog isn't really organized, but I promised one of the minions was like, when are you going to vlog again? You haven't vlogged in a million years. And I'm like, okay, I'll put on a hat and I'll vlog for you guys. So it's just something really quick. But I I owe you guys something. I owe you a song from the Cemetery Boys soundtrack. But first, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Cemetery Boys. You see, I just finished before the holidays this major revisions on the manuscript, and my editor is incredible, Andrew Harwell over at Harper Teen. He is brilliant, and this book is just I love it so much anyway, and it's getting better and better every time we touch it, and I get so excited just thinking about it because it's amazing. It's unlike anything I've done before. It's very edgy and it's very cool and it's very me, and 'cause I'm edgy and cool, as you can tell by the hat. So you guys are really going to dig it. I'm excited about it. But yesterday, I got his final, I think, well, maybe not final, but I mean, closer to final editorial notes on each chapter. And I'm really excited because there are all these tiny little details that I'm like, oh, the Minions are going to love this so much. It's going to be so good. So I'm freaking out about it because it's weird. I feel like when you do something as a writer, if you make yourself cry, and I have before where I've sat there and I've written certain scenes and I'll sit there and I'll sob. I feel like if I can make myself cry, I can make you guys cry. I've also found that if I can make myself laugh, I make you guys laugh, which is funny because I never think anybody gets my kind of sense of humor, but you guys do. And I also believe that if you can be a fan of your own stories, that you will garner more fans on the outside. You know what I mean? Like the Minion Horde will continue to grow because people will find this book that need to find this book. So I'm really excited about it. It's big. It's my favorite. I mean, if your books, if you can divide them into favorites, it's my favorite. Not saying that my other ones aren't my favorite, saying that right now, this one's my favorite. So anyway, it's been like a month since I vlogged and I feel really bad. And it's New Year's and Christmas just passed, and there was Kwanzaa, and there was Hanukkah, and there was Solstice, and there was Festivus. There was all the holidays all together, and I like presents. So I'm going to give you a present today, and I'm going to give you 2 songs from the Cemetery Boys soundtrack. Now, if you have been watching my vlogs, which are usually much more organized than this one, if you've been watching my vlogs, you know that I am releasing a song from the Cemetery Boys soundtrack every time I vlog so that you guys can go and get on YouTube and listen to them for free or download them on iTunes or on, whatever you're going to download them on. But just remember, stealing is bad, so don't do that. But go and listen to them and love them and collect that entire soundtrack. If you're missing it, go back, listen to more. Last time we listened to, let's see. Oh, it was stealing sheep because we talked about how that was weird. What are they doing with the sheep? Okay, so, but I'm not going to tell you the song. You have to go back and watch the vlogs. The songs that I'm giving you this time are Sweet Ones by Sarah Sleen. Okay, Sweet Ones by Sarah Sleen and Evil Angel by Rufus Wainwright. Evil Angel, Rufus Wainwright. So Sweet Ones, Sarah Sleen, Evil Angel, Rufus Wainwright. Go, listen, enjoy, love, buy an awesome hat, and Happy New Year! I love you, Minions. Be good and be safe and stay off the roads tonight because people be crazy. Greetings, Minions! What was it I wanted to share with you today? Let me think. I did something. Oh, yeah. I got a new shirt. Marshall's $7. Not bad, huh? Oh, and you may have noticed, Auntie Heather got new hair. I'm so excited about it. What do you guys think? I'm thrilled. And I posted pictures last night. I got it done yesterday, and I posted pictures last night on Facebook and on Twitter, and the vast majority of you went, new hair! And I went, new hair! And we were very excited about it all together. But if you haven't seen it, here it is. Ta-da! 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 And I'm very excited. I completely love it. And I love doing different things with my hair. And I needed it, It's kind of rebirth and renewal to me. So I'm digging it. If you're curious, it was inspired by a couple of different people. Gerard Way from Black Parade, a little bit by Pink, and also a little bit inspired by Devin, who is one of the characters from The Cemetery Boys, which we are going to totally talk about in just a minute. But first, I have to go back to something that I had just mentioned. I had just said something about, I hope you guys like it and things like that. And I totally do. And I really dig it when you guys give me your compliments and everything about my hair, because who doesn't like to be complimented? Well, a lot of people don't like to be complimented, but I really appreciate it, and I think it's incredibly sweet, and thank you very much. However, there are always a couple of dissenting voices whenever I do something different to my hair in particular. And it's really funny to me because there are people out there that for some reason think that they can tell me what to do with my hair. What I should do, what I shouldn't do, if I should change it, how I should change it, what looks good, what looks bad. And they feel like they should be able to have some kind of input on my hair. And to those people, I want to give them a tip. This is mine. If you are blessed to have hair on your head, that's yours. You do you, I'll do me. You know what I mean? People are oddly opinionated about my hair and about what I do about it. And every once in a while, someone will pop up that's like, no, you can't do that to your head. And I go, just did. It's really funny. Something else I've noticed too, if you have really funky hair, people treat you differently. Now, not just talking about people, people in general, sometimes they treat you differently, but I'm talking about something very particular. And this is a very general, broad statement, but generally, I find that a lot of straight, I'm assuming, men leer at me inappropriately the more funky my hair is. Generally, and this isn't everyone, of course, it's not everyone, but generally, I find that a lot of straight, I assume, women glare at me. Now, I think a lot of this is because I live in the Midwest. I don't know, though, so I'm just throwing theories out there. Maybe it's because I live in the Midwest and most people don't have purple hair, so I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's it just makes people think bad thoughts about me or something. It doesn't matter, though. It doesn't bother me because I'm like, you know what? If someone reacts to someone's hair in this way or that doesn't say anything about me. That says stuff about you. So, whatever. I don't care what people do with their hair. I love hair and I love doing weird things with it. And this it makes me feel awesome. Even though the back of my head is so cold right now, but I love it. And I feel like it's very empowering and it's very different and it's fun. But people are weird about hair, and they're weird too when you're in the public and, you go and you speak to their children, they get very opinionated about your hair. But I have a lot of really cool momians and dadyans that just are like, God, I wish I could have my hair like that, so I don't know, hair, it's weird. So, I like it. I hope you like it, but in the end, it's mine. So, whatevs. Also, people have been asking lately for some reason how long I've been doing stuff to my hair, like weird colors and whatnot, since I was 12. I used to dye it with Kool-Aid. It's totally possible. Google it. It's awesome. Washes out within a week or two. So, you can totally do it. This vlog is probably going to be incredibly random and, I don't know how good it'll be. Honestly, I just filmed a 16-minute vlog and it deleted itself. And then I was sad. And I sat here all sad, all by myself. My office is still a mess. And see all the boxes? They're still here. I think I've added to them. Look, wait, can I? There we go. Look. Ah, it's Faye. So, but, my office is a huge mess and, and then Perturbed Baby's wearing my dinosaur hat. And I think she was wearing a monster hat last time you guys were here. Last time you guys were here. This is the writer's equivalent of having company over at the house. Welcome. Would you like some tea? I'm sorry, I don't have any tea. I do have reindeer food for some strange reason. Anyway, I told you, random weird vlog. When I filmed it before, I talked about a bunch of stuff and I don't remember it. On my Facebook, you guys were asking a bunch of questions last night. I said, what do you guys want to talk about? And there were a lot of different things, but a couple of them really stood out to me. One, the Cemetery Boys, which we're going to talk about. I hope I can explain it. 2, you asked about writing in various different forms. Some were asking about school stuff, but some were just asking about general writing stuff. And then another thing that stood out was Valentine's Day, so we're going to talk about that too. And then somebody asked me how I feel about New Zealand. Okay, New Zealand, Auntie Heather approved. Yeah, totally. New Zealand, you rock. You rock, New Zealand. And even though, like, I know that you actually have hobbits and you're hiding them from the world, you still rock. And don't you hide those hobbits from me, New Zealand. I know you have them. Valentine's Day. Oh, my voice squeaked. Oh, my goodness. Valentine's Day, let's talk about Valentine's Day. If you've been following Auntie Heather for a while, you know how Auntie Heather feels about Valentine's Day. A couple of people are asking me if I was going to celebrate, what I was going to do. Auntie Heather does not celebrate Valentine's Day. You know how I am. If you celebrate something, if you do something, cool, that's all good for you, but it's not all good for me because I don't dig it. I feel like one day a year that's assigned by the Hallmark Corporation to, show someone you love them by spending money on them. Oh, hi, Smudge! By spending money on them is kind of silly. And so I don't do it, and my husband doesn't do it, and we've never done it. And people are always like nudging him like, ha ha ha, she says that, but she really wants roses and jewelry. And no, I don't want any of that. I don't want roses. I don't want jewelry. I don't want a card. I don't want any of that. What I want is my husband to come home every day and hug me and kiss me and tell me he loves me. That's it. And he does that. And he does that every day. So in that sense, Valentine's Day is every day to me. And I don't need it. I don't need a Hallmark holiday to celebrate that. We don't do it. However, you know what? I'll take the 50% off chocolate on February 15th. Happy anti-Valentine's. I'm thrilled about the chocolate, but I can get chocolate whenever. It's just getting it cheap is kind of nice. So yeah, don't celebrate Valentine's Day. If you do, rock on, do your thing. But me and the kitties will not be doing that. Look at Smudge. How friggin' cute is that cat? Really? See, he's totally stealing my shot now because now nobody's going to pay attention to what I'm saying because look at him. Smudge! What a cute boy! Look at him. Look how pretty he is. Oh my God, are you kidding me with the cuteness over here? Oh, I love my cats. It's insane. So now that you're all watching Smudge, let's talk about... Oh, he wants out. Oh, he'll get out later. Right now, we're going to talk about Cemetery Boys, okay? Cemetery Boys is... I can't even focus because he is so cute. The Cemetery Boys is... it's awesome. The end. Wouldn't it be great? Like, I could just be like, ta-da! It's awesome! There, now you understand it. No, I'm actually going to put that as a blurb on the front of the book. So it'll be The Cemetery Boys by Heather Brewer. It's awesome. Quote by Heather Brewer. No, if you want to know what it's about, it's hard for me to describe without giving things away. I don't have anything really coherent, I think, to say about the entire plot, but I'll do my best. Okay, it's about a boy named Stephen, and his mom's recently been, in the last 6 months, she has been locked away in a mental asylum. And her dad, Stephen's dad, doesn't have any more money. He doesn't have a job. He lost his job. So they are forced to go and live with Stephen's grandmother that he's never met in a small town called Spencer in Michigan. So they're moving from a very big city. They're moving from Denver all the way to Spencer, Michigan, which is population 814 people. So huge, huge change. And so Stephen is, of course, he's going through a lot of stuff with his mom being put away and with this big move with his dad. So he's very, very reluctant to accept Spencer as his new hometown. And so he gets there and he's kind of miserable. And he's never met his grandmother before. He's never had any interaction with her. And then when he does, they don't jive, you know? And so he doesn't like Spencer. He doesn't like it there. And he's trying to find his way. He ends up meeting twins, Kara and Devin, twin brother and sister. Kara has black hair, long black hair, and Devin has very short white hair. And he gets mixed up with the twins and starts hanging out with Devin and Devin's group of friends, these guys. And they hang out every night in the cemetery, which they refer to affectionately as the playground. So what happens is that Stephen starts to uncover something that may or may not be real, something horrible about the town that may actually be happening or may not be happening at all. So he's trying to figure out that puzzle. The entire book is about belief and small town speculation and small town rumors. And I'd have to say that of all my books, The Cemetery Boys is the most me. And that's not to say that like this character is me or that character is me or this character is me. No, it's just there's this underlying feeling that is Heather, that is throughout this book, that is so big. I love it so much. It's awesome. As you can see on the cover, it's awesome, Heather Brewin. I never feel this way about my books. I love all of my books, but I'm always like, I like it, but what if the whole world hates it? And then this book, I'm like, I like it. What ifs? So, I know that's terrible. I shouldn't be that way, but I am. So what are you going to do? So anyway, that's a little bit about the Cemetery Boys. There will be more, I promise. And, eventually we'll have artwork and we'll have really awesome descriptions. And then before you know it, we'll have ARCs, ARCs, which are, the cheap paperback things that I give away in contests and stuff like that. So you guys are going to be super excited about that, I hope. And I'm really excited about it. So, but it takes so long for it all to come. So the book is coming out winter 2015. Now, I know that to the rest of the world, winter is, well, at least to me, before publishing, winter was the end of the year, Winter was like November and December, and it's not like that in publishing. Winter is the beginning of the year. So a lot of you are like, whoa, that's so long. Even though it is so long, winter 2015, it's actually the beginning of 2015 that The Cemetery Boys comes out. So you don't have that long to wait if you thought it was the end of the year. Or am I the only person on the planet that thought it was the end of the year before this? Might have been. I don't know. Anyway, I owe you guys something. Did I talk about everything I need to talk about? Oh, writing. Totally did not even talk about writing. Okay. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to turn off the internet. No crying. Don't cry. It's okay. You're going to turn off the internet and write. The moment this vlog is done, you're going to set your timers and you're going to write for an hour. Okay? You write your heart out. You don't care about punctuation. Don't worry about spelling. Don't worry about editing. Don't go back and fix anything. You're going to sit down for 1 hour and you're just going to write whatever comes to mind or whatever part of the project you're working on. Just plow forward for 1 hour. That's it. Have it be ugly, but get it up and get it out. Did you hear that? That was Smudge. He's being a bad boy. As you can see, look at that little face. Oh, he's being a bad boy. But yes, please go and write for an hour because you'd be amazed at what you can accomplish in that time. A big, huge thing that people have a hard time with. I struggle with it too, but I do it. We're always texting. We're always on the Facebook and the Twitter. And as somebody who totally loves those things, I can tell you it's difficult to do. But you need to unplug. You need to put those things away for whatever amount of time, for an hour, for the weekend. Oh, go out and live your life. Don't experience your life through a screen. Because if you don't actually experience life, how are you supposed to write about it? So when the vlog's done, turn off the internet, turn off everything, and just go and do something, live something. If you want to write about it, go and do it. Don't do bad things, you know what I mean? Don't hurt anybody, don't hurt yourself, nothing like that. But I mean, you know what? If you want to know, look, right now I'm writing about the winter and it's super cold out there and I'm writing this scene about a snowball fight, go out and have a snowball fight and then write about it. You experience these things because the 5 senses are very important when it comes to writing. So do that, rock it. Right now I'm going to give you another song from the Cemetery Boys soundtrack. If you've been following along at the end of my vlogs lately, I've been revealing one song, except for one video where I revealed 2, one song from the Cemetery Boys soundtrack. you go on iTunes or look at Smudge, he's so cute. I'm total like ADD. Oh, look at the kitty. But you go on iTunes or Pandora or just YouTube or whatever and listen to the song and download it and love it. But today's song is actually a personal favorite of mine and has been for many, many, many years. It's a song that was introduced to me by my big sister, who I adore. Hi, Dawn! And it is called Personal Jesus by Depeche Mode. Okay? Personal Jesus by Depeche Mode. All right? So go, rock that thing, check out Smudge, see how adorable he is. Oh my God, that is the cutest kitty alive. Don't tell Fang I said that because he'll get like way mad. But yeah, I think that's about it. So sorry I ditched that last video. Hopefully I don't delete this one on accident. Thank you all for all the comments on my hair and for everything because you guys are amazing. And don't forget, be good, be safe, and remember, Auntie Heather loves you. Greetings, minions! Welcome back to Auntie Heather's office. Yes, it's a mess again. See all the stuff over here? Okay, this stuff is actually good mess, though. I know there's not much of a difference, I guess, between good mess and bad mess, but good mess is because these are the remnants of stuff I took to St. Louis Comic-Con, and if you weren't there, oh my God, you missed it. It was amazing, and you should totally be there next year, and if you were there, hi, minions! And we had a lot of fun over in Artist Alley. I had my own booth, and we had tons of fun, and I signed, everything, which is kind of my thing. So anyway, it's been approximately, let me do the math. Yeah, a bazillion years since I vlogged. So I thought I would go ahead and vlog because there's actually a lot of stuff I want to talk to you guys about, and I'm going to try to fit it into this tiny little vlog window, but we'll see. First, I have some really awesome stuff to talk about, and then we're going to talk about some serious stuff. If you are triggered by anything, like when it comes to depression or self-harm or anything like that, there will be a point in the video where I want you to stop watching. And I will tell you, okay, now turn it off. But don't worry, because all the cool, like, non-triggery stuff, I'm going to put right here in the beginning, including the next song for the Cemetery Boys soundtrack. So you get all that stuff in the beginning. But then please, if you find that you are triggered by these things, I want you to turn it off and not watch the rest of it. If you are not triggered by these things, please continue to watch it with me. Well, watch it with me. That'd be me watching it, which I guess I could do. Anyway, back to point. We were talking about Comic-Con and the mess and the chaos of the mess in my office, which is making me crazy. I actually have a very good friend named Rachel who runs Sass and Slash, okay? And she's so amazing. She's this incredible makeup artist, and she's an artist of a different sort, too. And she made new babies for me. But aren't they cute? Don't they look like they want to eat your soul? I love them so much. And she's amazing. I mean, look at the teeth in here. And I know I make the stupidest faces, but I love her and she's incredible. And I want you to go and follow her on Twitter. It is at Sass and Slash, okay? SASSANDSLASH. At Sass and Slash. And Rachel's incredible. Go and follow her, and she has incredible stuff for sale, and I just love her. So I just have to kind of give her props because she gets me. She understands my weird. When I tell her things about, like, my creepy babies, she's, like, excited about it. So, go support her, support an artist, and be cool. Let's see. What other news do I have? We have a new family member in Casa de Brewer. Last night, we adopted a beautiful little calico who looks, she looks like she's 3 different cats that were sewn together to make one cat. Like, they only had, like, leftover cat parts. And so we've named her Sally, of course, after Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. And she is gorgeous and beautiful. I don't have her up here right now because our house, we have 3 floors to our house. And right now, she's only allowed downstairs because we're trying to acclimate her to being around the other cats and being in a new space and being with new people. So we have a way that we do that, and generally they start with one floor, and then eventually they get the entire house. But for a little while, for a couple weeks, she only lives downstairs, so she's not allowed up here with me yet. But soon, and she's a little lover and so cuddly, and you're gonna love all the pictures of me. So of me. Of Sally and all the other kitties. And if you want to see, if you totally want to stalk cat pictures, follow me on Instagram. I'm Auntie Heather Brewer, no spaces. And believe me, there will be tons of pictures of Sally because she is so cute. You won't even believe it. But we're going to stop at 4, okay? Stopping at 4 kitties. I figure there are 4 human family members, so 4 kitty family members kind of balances everything. Because, sooner or later the kids will leave, and then Paul and I are outnumbered. And that's okay, because I love them. Let's see. We covered Comic-Con. We covered new kitties. There was something else I wanted to tell you about, and I don't remember what it was. But we'll get back to it. I have more serious stuff to talk to you about. But first I want to give you the next song. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll give you guys 2, because I think I owe you big time because I've been taking so long between my vlogs. But there's a reason for it, and I'll talk about it in a little bit. Okay, so the last song you had was that one, which I'm not telling you. If you don't know, I am releasing the soundtrack, the official soundtrack for my next book, which comes out early 2015, called The Cemetery Boys. At the end of each vlog, I've been giving 1, and I think once I did 2 songs from the soundtrack. So if you want the other songs from the soundtrack, because we're getting down to the end of the soundtrack. Well, I think we're in the middle of the soundtrack right now. And go back, watch my other vlogs, get the songs, download them all, do it in a legal way. Please no piracy, because piracy sucks. It steals from artists and it's not cool, so don't do that stuff, okay? Downloading stuff for free on the internet when the artists say, just don't say that you can, is wrong. Don't do it. So the next song, actually the next 2, because I'm cool like that. You're going to like this one. This is a really good one. Hang Me Up to Dry by the Cold War Kids. Okay? Hang Me Up to Dry by the Cold War Kids. Now, if you, if you're broke, which, a lot of minions are broke. If you're broke, here's something cool you can do. You can go on YouTube and you can search for official video of Hang Me Up to Dry, Cold War Kids, and you can listen to it for free that way. But don't download anything for free if you're not supposed to be doing it because, once again, not Auntie Heather approved. And the next song is a really good one too. They all are. I love this entire soundtrack. Eyes on Fire by Blue Foundation. Okay? So, Hang Me Up to Dry, Cold War Kids, and Eyes on Fire, Blue Foundation. Go, listen, love. We are getting so close. I know it seems like it's been forever since I announced The Cemetery Boys, and it seems like it's taken even longer for the book to come and everything, but very, very soon, I'm sure we're going to have arcs to give away, and we're going to be able to talk about it more, and it's driving me crazy because I am actually sitting on some really amazing news that I can't share with you, but yay! So, yay, party for me. And party for you later. But right now we're going to get to some serious stuff and stop being so goofy. That was the thing I was going to tell you. I got a new tattoo. Yes, let me see if I can show it to you. It is a heart stitched together with a J and an A on it for Jacob and Alexandria. Jacob and Alexandria, of course, for my children. And the heart is stitched together because they keep me together. They make me whole. And now we're going to start talking about some serious stuff. So if you are triggered by such things, depression and cutting and anything like that, I want you to shut off the video now. And you're not going to miss anything, I promise, because the stuff that you're going to miss is not going to be good for you, and I don't want you to hurt. But if you're not triggered by such things and you want to talk about those things, then stay. Okay. Everybody here that wants to see it? Okay. So I've been going through some really serious stuff lately. For my entire life, I've suffered with depression and anxiety, and I've had some issues. And I've tried everything under the sun, everything to help myself and to, kind of work through those things. And nothing has been working. And this past year became a very, very dark time for me. And I actually got to the point where I made a very wise decision. And I sought help. I am now seeing a wonderful psychiatrist. I call her Dr. V. She's cool. She's great. She listens to me, and she's a very smart lady. And believe me, if anybody says, you shouldn't be taking medication, you should try all these other things. I have tried all those other things, and none of them worked for me. I don't believe that medication is always the answer for everyone, but I do believe that some people do require medication. So I am currently taking medication now for my depression, my anxiety, and my OCD, which I'm going to talk a little bit about here. The depression and the anxiety, it's really interesting because I've always thought that I'm so great at hiding this, nobody has any idea that I have these things. And hiding it, that's not good. It's not a healthy way to be, but it turns out I'm really crappy at hiding it because my husband's like, no, I've totally known the entire time you're going through these things. So, So the medication, though, I've been on for about 6 weeks now, and it is working. I won't say that everything is like sunshine and roses and rainbows appear and there are sparkles and I'm just happy all the time. But, I definitely noticed some differences. The funny thing about depression is this. People seem to have this strange idea that if you're a depressed person, you must frown all the time and cry all the time and just lay around all the time and not do anything. And they don't realize that a depressed person can be much like myself. A lot of people would wonder if I suffered from depression because I am generally a very upbeat person. I do smile. I do laugh. I do crack jokes. I am up. But depression for me is a very kind of that, it rots away at your insides. You know what I mean? Like, when you get an apple and you bite into it and you're like, oh, that apple's going to be so great. And then you realize that the inside's got some disgusting stuff in it. There's a worm or there's something like that. That's what depression is for me. The outside's all fine, but the inside is having some issues. And so for me, my depression and my anxiety and my OCD all kind of feed each other, and it just becomes this huge mess. I worry about a lot of things, and I have a lot of issues, but I'm managing those issues now. And I wanted to let you minions know that in large part, it was you that drove me to go and to seek medical help. And I really appreciate it because there were several of you that had decided to go in and to seek medical help and had convinced me that, you know what, it's time. It's time for me to get on medication and give it a try because what's the worst that can happen? And so I went in and I got on medicine and I take it every single day and I'm seeing a difference. I feel lighter. And I was at a very, very dark point earlier this year. A very dark point. I actually was wondering if I was actually going to see 2014. Well, to be honest, I actually knew I wasn't going to see 2014. But now I am looking forward to 2015 and 2016 and 2020 and 25 million. I know that's not a year, but things are changing for me and I'm taking care of myself. And I'm asking you, if you have depression, if you have anxiety, if you have anything like that, if you're self-harming at all, please go in and get help. There's nothing wrong with seeking help. It's mental health. It's just like your brain has a cold. You go in and you treat it and it's going to be okay. And I know that it's scary. When I first went in, I go in to talk to Dr. V, and the thing I was most terrified to talk to her about was my depression. Turns out that was the easiest thing to talk about. I sobbed like a baby when I was talking about my OCD issues, which are really silly. Well, I don't want to say OCD is silly, but I think that my OCD is silly. If you want to know what my OCD is, here's what it is. My OCD presents itself connected to time. I have a compulsion to touch a doorknob or something like that. If I don't touch that doorknob within a set amount of time, if I don't touch that doorknob in the next 5 seconds, a family member of mine will die. I know, it's silly, but it's all connected with time. If I don't get to my desk in the next 10 seconds, this is going to happen. If I don't get to this table in this many seconds, this is going to happen. And so my OCD is all connected with time for some strange reason. And I'm still working on that. And it's very difficult for me. But of depression, anxiety, and OCD, that is the easiest thing for me. The most difficult, I would say, is my anxiety. Because my anxiety feeds my depression and they just go back and forth and it's just this tornado. But I have a lot of social anxiety, and a lot of people don't realize that too, but the medication is definitely helping that. I'm getting to the point where I don't, usually if I'm getting ready to go out and be with friends, I cry on the way there and I freak out days before, and it's like horrible and awful. And then I'm with my friends and I can't enjoy it. And I'm just afterwards so glad that it's over. And that's such a horrible thing because they're my friends and I want to be with them. But my anxiety prevents me from enjoying it. So now with the medication, I'm finding that I'm able to enjoy it and things are getting better for me. So I want you to, if you have any of these issues at all, I want you to go in and I want you to get help and talk to a doctor about it, because there's no shame. Ain't no shame in my game. Ain't no shame in your game, minion. There's nothing wrong with it. Some people need help. You know what? Some people can't see. They get glasses. Some people, they have a hard time standing on their feet a lot. They get orthopedic inserts. Some people have weird brain stuff and they get medication, and it's okay. And there's nothing wrong with it. And I'm really tired of people acting like there is something wrong with it. Don't throw around phrases like, man, the weather's so bipolar. It's like, you know what? Some people are bipolar. Don't be like, God, I'm so depressed because I got a D on that test. Depression's a real thing. So, have some respect. Take care of each other, especially yourselves. So that's about all the rambling I think I'm going to do. If you have any questions about anxiety, depression, OCD, my experiences, I am always available to talk about it. And I am being very open about it because I feel like the accountability is what's keeping me alive. The accountability and the medication. And my wonderful, wonderful family, without whom, who knows? So please reach out to someone, reach out to me, reach out to your family, reach out to your friends, and reach out to a doctor and talk to someone and get help, because there is help out there. And I'm telling you, I'm standing on the other side of that tunnel. And while I'm still there, I can still feel the darkness around me. It's looking pretty good, minions. I always tell my husband that depression is like a monster that perches on my shoulder all the time. It never leaves. And some days the monster whispers. And some days the monster screams. But he's whispering a lot less these days. And I think it's because I stood up and got myself help. I stood up for myself. So you stand up for you. So right now, I want you all to remember something. Be good. Be safe. Auntie Heather loves you. Greetings, minions! Auntie Heather here, and Mr. Fang. As you can see, he is thrilled to be a part of this vlog. Look at him. Look how thrilled he is. Oh, he's so cute. So, a lot of you were requesting, actually, that I have my kitties do a wander through, because they're always, wandering through, usually behind the door. And so this time you can see, look, there's Mr. Smudge. Oh, cute is he? So this time what I did was I had my son Jacob help me round up my kitties and stick them all in my office. So occasionally you will see them wandering through the vlog, because I'm cool like that. I was asking you guys what you wanted to talk about during this vlog, and you guys had some interesting replies, and I printed them out, and I figured we'd pick a bunch, maybe all of them, I don't know, it depends on time. And then at one point I will give you an update on me and how I'm doing and stuff like that. So first off, let's say I had asked, what do you guys want to talk about and everything? A lot of people were asking about the Cemetery Boys. It's awesome. Okay, I have seen the cover. I have seen Happy Blurb. I've seen really, really good stuff about it, and I'm very, very excited, but I can't share anything with you yet. There's this thing in publishing. You have to listen to the powers that be, because they know what they're talking about. And so a certain time will come when I will get to share the cover with you, and I will get to share more of it with you and pieces of it. And that'll be really exciting, and it'll be awesome. But for now, you have to wait until early 2015 to actually see the book. But I'm hoping maybe by fall, we'll have ARCs, which are advanced reading copies, which are the cheap paperback versions that they give out to booksellers and reviewers. And then hopefully I'll get some, and then I can have contests, and you guys can win it, and then you can read it early and stuff like that. But honestly, I don't know. I don't know anything. All I do is write, because that's what I do. I'm a writer. Oh, look at Smudge talking. Yes, I will be squealing through the entire vlog. Okay, so a lot of people were asking about Soul Broken too. Don't worry about Soul Broken. It is totally in the writing queue, okay? I already have much of the manuscript finished. I just have to go and fix a lot of things. And it originally was, Legacy of Troll was going to be 3 books. And, now that it's going to be, 2 books, the hard copy of Soulbound and then the ebook of Soul Broken, it makes it so I have to kind of do some of the things I want to do in the 3rd book in the 2nd book. So it's just going to be like a really long ebook, but it's going to be incredible and fantastic. As for when, I have no idea. I don't know. I'm just a writer. That's all I'm doing. I'm writing. So don't worry. It is coming, and you will understand exactly why. What happened at the end of Soulbound, you will understand why, and you will get all the answers, and everything will be good. Just hang in there and be patient with me as we make this transition into a new era. Okay, so let's see. Somebody asked me, would it be cool if you touched on the subject of writers being scared of their writing because they think someone might steal their ideas? Okay, this is something all writers feel at some point. They're terrified to put something out there because you're like, oh, it's such a great idea. What if somebody takes my idea? Don't worry about it, okay? For one, if you are writing, I really don't think you should be posting it online because technically if it's posted online, it's published. So I think that you should, be working at home on your computer about it and fleshing things out and polishing, and maybe sharing with a writer group that you trust very well and getting it exactly where you need it to be and writing a query letter and getting a literary agent and being traditionally published. That's my whole thing on that. But I wouldn't worry too much about people stealing your ideas because the thing is, if anybody else on this planet took, I don't know, let's say the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd, and they wrote the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd, they would not be able to write those books in the way that I was able to write those books because they don't have my voice. They're not in my head. It would be just, even in the smallest way, it would be different. It would be a different story. So don't worry about people stealing your ideas. Protect yourself, but don't get all freaky and paranoid about it because there's enough things in this world to worry about, Just write. The key is write. But plus chair equals writing. It's the only formula you need to know. Do it. Somebody said, how hard is it to be an author because of all the deadlines you have to meet and sometimes you just get stuck? Honestly, it can be very difficult. It can be very, very challenging. I like deadlines because it tells me I have to have, XYZ done by this date. And so it kind of pushes me to move forward. But it can be scary, especially if you feel like you're getting stuck, especially if you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing. But that's when you have the people that you trust to talk it out with. I know at any point in time, I can call up my agent, I can call up my editor, and I can say, hey, look, I have no idea. So let's talk about it. And sometimes that conversation is all you need to get unstuck. Frequently, I will sit down with my husband and I will talk with him and sometimes at him about certain plot points until I work it out. But it does all work out, and I do manage it pretty much within my deadlines. I try to always hit my deadlines. So, it's stressful, but it's a good kind of stress because, you live in the dream. So really, I can't complain that much. Somebody asked, let's see, wow, a lot of you guys are asking about writing this time. It's really kind of cool, actually. As far as writing, when it comes to getting ideas that are original and things like that, all you can do is write the book of your heart. You know what I mean? Don't worry about trends. Don't worry about what's on the shelves. Don't worry about what's popular. Don't worry about that stuff. Write the book that you want to write. And if you write that book in the best possible way, then people will want to read it. That's the best advice I can give you when it comes to writing, other than the formula, but plus chair equals writing. Okay. Let's see. You guys are asking about, since Cemetery Boys is a standalone, do you have any other possible book ideas? Actually, when I sold the Cemetery Boys, I sold a 2-book contract. So it was the Cemetery Boys plus one additional book to be determined later. And I can tell you that I have recently submitted my proposal for the second idea, and my editor loves it, and my publishing house seems to be very supportive about it. And the only thing I will say about it, because I like to I want to keep this one kind of close to me, is that this book will be about depression. And I'm very excited about it because it's not just about depression, it's also about when true love goes dark. It's kind of a twisty-turny thing that's very, very personal to me. And so I'm really excited about it, but I don't want to say anything else about it until way, way down the line. Let's focus on the Cemetery Boys for now, guys, okay? And, as for ideas, I never worry about running out of ideas. Somebody else asked that. I never do, because in the beginning I did, but I've been doing this for like 10 years now, roundabout. And, in the beginning I would always be like, oh no, I'm never going to have another good idea. But after a while, you just realize that I will have tons of bad ideas, but a good idea will eventually leak through. And I will have it, and it will come. And you just kind of have to trust it, So let's talk about stuff. First off, what am I working on right now? Well, I submitted some pages to my agent that he's looking at right now for some other additional project that I'm not talking about. Look at all this stuff I can't talk about. And I am currently working on that project that is not the Cemetery Boys, the second Harper book. So I'm working on that and kind of knee deep into it, and enjoying it very much. And I'm doing a lot of working on me. I have a lot of time until that book is due. That book is going to due until October 1st. So I'm taking my time with it because I want to be very careful with it, because it is, for me personally, it is a triggering book. So I want to be very careful and allow myself time to emotionally digest a lot of the stuff that I'm writing. I've been taking care of a lot of personal stuff, taking care of my family, taking care of my gorgeous kitties, and, just working on me a lot, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. And but first I want to get through all this stuff. I got some travel coming up. I'm going to Phoenix Comic Con. And, I have a whole bunch of cool things coming on. And my new web guru is actually currently working on my website. So my website is about to change completely and be something totally different and new. I love all the stuff that's on there. I love the colors. I love the cemetery. I love all of that because that's all very much me. But I'm in a place where I need something different. And so this is going to be more of kind of a rock star vibe, because I don't know, some days I feel like a rock star, some days I don't. Which brings me to our next subject. Okay, so trigger warning here. And if you don't know what a trigger warning, here's what a trigger warning is. A trigger warning is if you find yourself triggered into things like depression or self-harm or suicidal thoughts or anything like that, if you find yourself triggered into things like that when you hear about certain subjects or read about certain subjects or view certain things, then it's important to have a trigger warning before that so that people can understand what it is that they're about to view or read or experience or blah, 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 so that they can better prepare themselves. Or if they find that they cannot prepare themselves for it, that they can detach and stop watching and stop reading so that they can protect themselves. So if you are triggered by such things, like depression and self-harm and suicidal thoughts and anything like that, I want you to turn off the video right now. I don't want you to watch anymore. I am missing my list. I was going to give you guys another song for the Cemetery Boys soundtrack. I'm missing my list, but don't worry. I will put it down in the description thing. I will put it in there so it'll just be out there in the open or anything, because I don't want you guys to miss it. But I just, for some reason, don't have time. I cleaned my desk. I cleaned my office. It's amazing. Every time you guys are over, it's a mess. But I cleaned my desk and now I can't find anything. So I'm like, where the heck is the Cemetery Boys soundtrack? I don't know. So anyway, back to the trigger warning thing. If you are triggered by these things and you're going to turn off the video right now, don't worry. I'm not always going to do this. I just think it's very important to keep talking about my mental health journey. So you will not always have to miss the end of my videos. I promise. Okay. Just, for now, if you can get through it because they will always end on a note of hope. But if you're triggered, I totally understand. So, goodbye to all of you, and I love you. Be good and be safe. And I'll wait a second and then I'll start talking about my journey. Look at Fang. He's a cute baby. I know, I've become just this pile of goo around my kitties. So, people have been asking me something lately. It's interesting because it's my journey to well-being has become kind of a accidental anthropological study. People ask me this question, and by this question, they don't necessarily mean what they're asking. I mean, they do, but they don't. Well, I'll tell you the question, then you can figure it out. People hear about me, and they hear about the things that I've been going through, and they ask me, how are you? And they always say it in that tone. They always say, how are you? Now, of course, what they mean is, are you still depressed? Are the meds working? Are you having suicidal thoughts? Are you going to hurt yourself? That's what they mean. But they ask, how are you? And I think one of the reasons that they ask it in that way, in an indirect way, is because, A, they don't want to hurt me, and they don't want to bring up any of these terrible feelings or thoughts. They don't want to, instigate anything. And the kitties are doing something. And another reason that they ask it in that way is because they, for one, it's like treading onto an icy pond. You have to be very careful. You don't want to hurt anyone. But at the same time, I think a lot of them are afraid to ask because I think a lot of them, they want to know I'm okay. But a lot of people don't necessarily really want to hear how you are. People get very uncomfortable when you discuss mental health. And I think they get uncomfortable because it's, sometimes it's a squeaky thing, and, it's not all like hearts and rainbows, and it's not all happy endings. And it's unfortunate, but that's the truth of it. But I am always appreciative whenever somebody asks, how am I? How are you? Because it gives me a moment to reflect and look. Are you looking at this? Do you see what is happening over here? There's like major sibling rivalry happening. But it gives me a moment to reflect. And I ask myself, well, how am I? How am I? And some days I'm good. Some days I'm really good. Some days I'm really bad. Today's pretty okay. Yesterday was a really bad day. And I'm triggered by the weirdest things, like yesterday, I have for 4 years, we've lived in this house, and I have been building this gorgeous goth garden, and it is all these really strange looking plants and flowers, and it was just flourishing for 4 years, and it was huge, and it was beautiful, and I loved it, and every spring I look forward to the flowers coming out, and all the greenery, and I just love it, and I have a lot of like black leaf plants, and just beautiful. And this year I went out and I weeded, and every single plant died. And it got to me. It got to me in like a major way, and I was sitting there by the goth garden, and I just lost it. I just started crying, and I sat out there for an hour just sobbing, sitting on my patio beside my goth garden, just sobbing. And it was horrible. It was horrible because the day before had been, I thought, pretty good. And it's strange depression. It's strange because it comes on like a summer storm sometimes. Sometimes you can feel it coming. You feel the air get heavy. You feel it rolling in. It's going to storm. And then it rains. But sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes it's very sudden. The goth garden thing bothered me a lot more than it should have. Today's much better than yesterday. And tomorrow might be better, or tomorrow might be worse. I don't know. I am still taking my medication every single day. If you're prescribed medication, take your medication. Very, very important. I have, if you haven't been watching my videos and you don't know about my diagnosis, I've been diagnosed with depression and anxiety and OCD. And I think my OCD is kind of messing with me a little. I have this really silly thing about oatmeal. I have this thing where I have to eat oatmeal before I take my medicine in the morning. And it's like apple cinnamon Quaker oatmeal. And if I don't take apple cinnamon Quaker oatmeal, I'm kind of convinced that like the meds won't work the same, which I know is ridiculous or which is silly, but that's kind of part of the wackadoo thing that I'm dealing with right now. But I'm not so much worried about my OCD issues. The OCD issues do complicate my life, but I have been dealing with them my entire life, and I know what they are, and the medication I'm taking will also deal with those. For me, the biggest issue is the depression and the anxiety. People ask me all the time, when it comes to depression, are you all right? That's kind of a variation on how are you? Are you all right? And what they mean by are you all right is, are we going to be attending a funeral for Auntie Heather? And the answer is, I may not always be all right, but I will always be here. That's just it. I got a tattoo recently. You can't really see it because it's upside down to you, but it goes all the way around. And if you're a fan of My Chemical Romance, you'll appreciate it. It's a lyric from a song, and it says, I am not afraid to keep on living. And that's the truth of it, minions. I'm not afraid to keep on living. It's hard sometimes not to dwell on very dark thoughts, but we can never give in to those thoughts. We have to keep living, if nothing else, to make the world a more interesting place. This tattoo I got as a promise to myself that I would never stop fighting. It's a promise I've made to myself. It's a promise I've made to my family. And it's a promise that I've made to you. I will never stop fighting. I am not afraid to keep on living. So you shouldn't be either. Some days are going to be dark and some days are going to be hard and awful. But right now, there's nobody else here. It's just you and me. So let's talk about that. If you're feeling these things, if you're feeling depression or suicidal thoughts, it feels a lot like you're in a very dark tunnel. If you're feeling anxiety, it's like being in an ever-shrinking closet with an ever-growing tornado. And I go through that too. But let's talk about the depression for a moment. It's like being in the tunnel where the blackest parts of the tunnel just keep getting blacker. And where you feel like there's no one in there with you. And there's no end to it. It's horrible. It's a horrible thing. But I promise you, I am standing right there beside you. And if you reach out just a little bit, I'll hold your hand. Because I'm right there with you. I get it. I understand. But the thing is, it's okay to have these thoughts. It's not okay to act on them. It's not okay for you. It's not okay for me. And so we'll get through all of this together. I know we will. Some people don't think that we should talk about such issues. Some people don't think we should talk about having depression. Some people don't think we should talk about suicidal thoughts. But I think it's important that we do, because it's not something to be embarrassed about. You know what? Some brains are wired one way and some brains are wired another. My son has Asperger's syndrome. His brain is wired in that manner. My husband has ADHD. His brain is wired in that manner. Me, I got stuck with depression, anxiety, and OCD. That's the way my brain's wired. You know what? It happens. It's okay. The kitties are completely, utterly obsessed with all things with feathers. That's the way their brains are wired. There's no shame in it. No shame in my game. So don't worry about it, minions. Just stay alive and stick with me, okay? All right, that's it for me for now. I'm going to start vlogging more because I think that it's really important to keep talking to you guys and telling you how much I love you and, hanging out with you. I want to show you one more thing before I go. I told you about @Sassin/, my friend Rachel. Look at the lovely present she gave me. Look at it. It's so pretty. Seriously, this is like the best. She made this beautiful pin for me, so I'm going to wear it when I do appearances because, she's as twisted as I am, which is really nice. She's one of you guys, so it's kind of cool. Anyway, go off, do your thing. Write if you are graduating from high school. Congratulations! Life is about to begin, minions, and it's about to get really good. So keep working, keep doing your thing, keep rocking this. Watch for some stuff for me because I think we should be doing some contest or something soon. Be good, be safe, and remember, Auntie Heather loves you. Greetings, minions! Auntie Heather here, of course. I mean, honestly, who else would be here? You're on my YouTube channel or my blog or whatever. You're watching me, so of course it's me. Because if it was someone else, that would be weird. Anywho, I know I've been promising you guys a vlog for a while, and I'm really terrible at keeping promises. And I was going to do it last week, and then I ended up having some issues, so I don't want to get into them, but I didn't do it last week, but I said I'd do it this weekend and post it on Monday, and then I didn't. So I'm actually filming this Monday, but I am going to post it today, so all will be well in Minion Land. Or we need a name for our land. I mean, you know how we're taking over the world, right? The world domination thing. We need to figure out a name. Like, what are we going to call the world once it's all ours? And the parts that we take over, what are they? So you guys come up with a name because I don't have to do that. I'm in charge. So today I have happy news. Well, maybe not happy news, but like okay news. No trigger warnings. I'm not going to talk about any of my mental health issues today. Mostly because I'm sick of it. You should always feel free to talk about mental health issues, and I certainly do, and I certainly will continue to talk about it because I feel like it's like bullying. It's something that we need to talk about, and we need to get it out there and show people that, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. And I'm not embarrassed about my mental health issues. I'm just really sick of hearing myself talking about them. So I instead am going to figure out what kind of horrible disease I probably already have. Yeah. You see, I have this book. It's by Dennis DeClaudio, and it's called, I don't know if you can see it. There you go. It's called The Hypochondriac's Pocket Guide to Horrible Diseases You Probably Already Have. Okay? The Hypochondriac's Pocket Guide to Horrible Diseases You Probably Already Have. So I thought that maybe we'd flip through it and figure out what horrible disease Auntie Heather has today. And this is actually kind of a running gag before I flipped through the book. It's kind of a running gag in my house. You see, I have anxiety. You all know that. Well, or you don't and you knew, but hi, guess what? I have anxiety. And my psychiatrist actually, when they gave me the list of, she said, they're going to give you a list with your medication of all the possible side effects. And I want you to throw the list away without reading it. And I said, why? And she said, because you have anxiety. And that will just make your anxiety much worse. And it will, because I always think I have like every disease that's on television or in the newspaper or anything. I have it, and my husband's like, you do not have testicular cancer. But I'm like, I don't know. I might. You don't know. So I got this book because I thought, this will just make it so much easier. So let's see what I have today. Today I have Ascariasis. Okay, let's see. Oh, wait. That's the continued page, so we have to go to the first page. Ascariasis, in which worms climb up from your lungs and through your pharynx in the hopes of being swallowed and laying eggs in your small intestine. Now I'm sad. That sounds terrible. Symptoms: abdominal pain, weight loss, diarrhea, shortness of breath, coughing, fever, rash, abdominal cramps, constipation, halitosis, nausea, vomiting. I did have halitosis when I woke up this morning. All right, that's what I have. I can't pronounce it, but I've got it, and it's horrible. So tomorrow, or, the next time I vlog, we'll call it tomorrow, even though it's probably going to be like a month from now, because it's Auntie Heather time. So we'll figure out what other horrible diseases I probably already have. But I do actually have really happy news. You see, I have seen something, minions. I have seen something. I have seen, and I'm sure many of you have seen, the cover for The Cemetery Boys, which was announced on Epic Reads a little while ago, and it's gorgeous! But I have to tell you about the other thing that I've seen. But first, here's the cover. Dun, 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 dun. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it cool? Yeah, look, see, so pretty. And my favorite thing, look the tag, Friends till the bitter end. Oh, it's so fitting. You have no idea. So this is like my favorite cover ever, and I'm super, super stoked. Actually, the cover comes from this incredible artist. You go over to DeviantArt. I'm sure, minions hang out on DeviantArt all the time. Most of you have accounts there. Go over to DeviantArt and look up Alex Cherry. He's the artist that did the work for the cover, and he's just amazing, and I'm a huge, huge fan. So go and tell him how much you love the work, and do that. And also go and tell Harper Teen and Epic Reads and everything how much you like the cover, because I dig the cover. I love it so much I could kiss it. And I did, see? So there was something else I was going to show you. You see, my editor emails me a picture the other day, and it is a picture of an ARC, an advanced reading copy. Those cheap paper copies that they like send out to booksellers and reviewers and stuff before the book's actually a book. Yeah, he sent me a picture of one on his bookshelf in his office, and I freaked out. And then he mailed it to me, and I freaked out. And then my son, Jacob, most of you know Jacob, at Lil Brewdog on Twitter, he looks at me with these big, sad eyes right before he's about to walk out the door and go to Michigan to visit family for like 9 days. And he looks all sad. And I said, "Do you want to take the ARC with you?" And he went. And so I had the ARC for like 5 seconds, and now it's gone. So I don't have an ARC to show you. But it's not my fault. It's Jacob's fault. We should all blame him, not me. Besides, I have some horrible disease with worms in my lungs. You don't want to blame me for stuff. No. So, what's new with me? Let's see. I'll catch you guys all up. Not a lot. Honestly, this summer's been very slow, I've been writing like crazy, which is awesome. I feel like I find myself in my words. I feel like really the best kind of therapy on the planet is writing. And so I've been exploring a lot of things. And I'm actually working on the book that will come out after The Cemetery Boys, probably like a year or something later. I have no idea. And I'm not going to really say anything about it, except it's really making me look inside myself a lot. And I feel like the solutions to the present and the ways that you can improve the future are found in your past, So I'm always looking backwards so that I can look forward in a brighter way. I know that probably sounds stupid, but that's what I do. So I wrote this line the other day, and I thought that you guys would dig it for this new project. No one survives high school. Sure, people live on after graduation, but something in them stays behind in its jaws, like bits of meat trapped between the teeth of a hungry animal. I feel that way too. I feel like a lot of me got stuck in high school. High school that's hard, man. Middle school sucks, and high school's hard. Even elementary is awful. I mean, the whole thing is just really just terrible. So, if you're trapped back in there, if you're in middle school or elementary or high school or whatever, I'm sorry. You know what? Life will get better. Just get past this part, and then I always tell everyone, life begins when high school ends. So don't worry, your life is about to start. Just get through this and get to the good stuff. But for now, what are you guys doing with your summer? I mean, I'm hoping that you're reading, and I'm also hoping that you're trying new things. I think you should try new things. I'm trying to get into this thing where I do new things. Like at least like once a week, do something you've never done before. Even if it's something small, like I held a frog. Even if it's that. Do something that you haven't done before, and get outside. I know I sound like such like a parent, like, you darn kids, you get off that internet and go outside. But outside is amazing, and I don't know. Someday when the zombie apocalypse comes, we're not going to be able to go outside. And then you're going to know, I should have went outside when Auntie Heather told me to. So go outside and enjoy the sun. You don't have to spend a lot of time in it. I know we like our paleness very, very much. Most of us do. And that's okay, because we can sunscreen and we can go outside and we can sit in the shade, but be outside in the fresh air and do stuff. And, put your phone down for a little while and put your computer down for a little while and pick up a book. But at the same time, if you're one of those people that reads all the time, put your book down for a little while and live life, because you know what? Life is a very short, precious gift, and we should enjoy it. And, part of that, it's balance and everything. Part of that is reading. Part of that is internet. Part of that is, family and friends and pets and stuff like that. But, love life. Do stuff, That's my advice right there. Do stuff. Can you believe he even listened to me? I mean, really, that's the best I got. Do stuff. What am I doing? just sitting in my office with a creepy baby and a perturbed baby and a weird teddy bear that you can rip his face off. Did I ever show you guys I can rip his face off? Next time, maybe. Okay. Anyway, I think that's all I have. I don't have anything. I got nothing for you. Welcome to my vlog, minions. I got nothing. Oh, I do have something for you. I have a song, actually, from the Cemetery Boys soundtrack. Hold on. It's on the phone. We are getting down there. We only have, including today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs. 7 songs, which means 7 vlogs. And then you will have the entire soundtrack. And I am going to, actually, I have been working on it. I just have to get back to working on it. I'm putting it on Spotify so that you guys can just go and listen to the entire soundtrack. And then I'm going to put that on my website. Speaking of my website, if you have not been to the new website, I have a new website and it's gorgeous and it's very rock and roll and it's very cool and it's very Auntie Heather. Go and look at it, heatherbrewer.com, and tell me what you think, you know, because I'm interested. It's simple and clean and cool, and it looks different though. I have a PC and I have a Mac, and it looks different on them. I like the way it looks on the Mac best because it look kind of on the edges. It kind of looks like amps, you know, kind of has that vibe of, you know, what the side of an amp looks like. But it doesn't look that way on my PC, and I don't know why. But I love it, and I hope you guys will love it too. And I'm going to keep vlogging. And shush, phone, don't talk now. I'm giving them a song. God. Okay, so the next song for the Cemetery Boys soundtrack, if you don't know, I have been releasing at the end of my vlogs every single time for 5 million of them now. Math. I've been listing a song from the Cemetery Boys soundtrack. If you want all the rest of the songs, you either have to go back and watch all the videos, which is, you know, what I'd love you to do, or you can just wait and I'll put them on Spotify and you can just cheat. Cheater. Okay, so I'm sassy today. Wow, what is with me? The next song is by Bush and it's Glycerine. I love that song. I love all these songs. They're all amazing. I would love to just give them all to you right now because they're right here in my little thing, in my playlist, and you can't see them, and I'm not telling you. But my absolute favorite from it is actually coming up in another couple of videos, so that'll be awesome. So, you know, catch me up. Let me know what you guys are doing, and then go back outside because you shouldn't be inside all the time. It's very important that you spend time in the fresh air, you know, before the zombies come. So that's it for me, I think. I don't think there was anything else I was supposed to tell you. I don't know. You guys let me know what you want to talk about for the next vlog, and I'll try to get better about vlogging. You know, I'm dealing with all my personal crap. So it's important that I stay in a routine and do stuff like this and not like lay on the couch with the kitties all the time because that's not healthy. So, was there something else I wanted to tell you? No, I don't know. I love you though. So you all be good, be safe, and remember, Auntie Heather loves you. Greetings, minions. Auntie Heather here again. I just filmed like a 23-minute video for you guys, and then I realized the microphone wasn't on, which I was tempted to post it anyway and be like, just put your own words in here. But I thought you guys might not appreciate that. So I know it's been a million years since I vlogged. I know I always say that. I know I always apologize. I am so sorry. Life, it keeps happening to me. It does. So I've been really busy. I've been writing, and oh man, I've been writing some stuff that you guys are just gonna love so much. But in case, you know, you've completely blanked out on who I am and why you're following me and, you know, what's going on. I'm Auntie Heather. I identify as a narwhal. I like long walks through the cemetery. And I like that sound that bats make when they go over the water and they kind of like skim their wing. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, also, I subsist entirely on Starbucks latte. Ding! Starbucks. You need it. Now, hopefully they'll like send me a check or something. That'd be nice. So, anyway, I'm here, I'm vlogging. I wanted to talk to you guys about some stuff. Nothing heavy today because there's enough heaviness in our lives. We need something light and something fun. And there were a couple of questions asked on Facebook. I said yesterday, guys, ask me some questions. What do you want to talk about? So we're going to talk about these things. For one, a lot of you were like, house tour. Okay, I'm sorry, but I can't give you a house tour. You see, this is my lovely office, and it is beautiful. I have a very beautiful home also. However, I invite you guys into my life. My family, while they are very sweet and adore you minions, they have not invited you into their life. So I just feel like it would be very rude for me to expose their life and their living quarters to the minions when it's, it's you and I. It's not you and them necessarily. You know what I mean? Even though I know you guys totally love Uncle Paul and Little Brewdog and the girl and everything, it's just one of those, I'm just not comfortable doing that. So, we talked about that. A lot of you guys were asking about Soul Broken. Okay, as far as Soul Broken goes, the thing is, we were not going to get Soul Broken. It was canceled. It wasn't going to happen at all. So we are going to get it, but don't believe anything you say online. Like the listings that are online, those are old listings from Penguin. It's going to be coming out now as an ebook from Harper Teen. Now, the great thing about ebooks is this. You can read them on pretty much anything. I know a lot of people go, I don't have an e-reader. You don't need an e-reader. You can read them on your computer, like your laptop or whatever. You can read them on your phone. You can read them, all over the place. Like, you guys know electronics. You can read them all over the place. And just take lots of breaks because you can get eye strain. I'm not a big fan of reading on electronic devices anyway. But we are getting Soul Broken. It is coming. When's it coming? I don't know. I would guess fall, winter 2016. But I have no idea because I only know when they tell me things, and I don't know anything. So that's it for Soul Broken. You guys are asking about the kitties. The kitties are very well. Mr. Fang has gotten kind of an attitude lately. You see, a very good friend of mine gave me a palm tree. And, she gave me 2 palm trees. And I put one in the living room, and I put one in my office. Now, the one in my living room, Fang keeps, beating the crap out of that thing. And I keep shooing him away and telling him, leave that alone, stop it. And then the one in my office, he's trying to eat. And so I have to keep him shut out of my office all the time because I don't want him to eat the palm tree. So we're having a bit of a tug of war when it comes to palm trees. That's the drama going on with Fang. Smudge has adopted a bit of a nickname. We've kind of been calling him Pudgy Smudgy because he's going through the equivalent of his teen years. And Fang went through this too. So I don't know if it's just a Persian thing or if it's an all cat thing. But he's not just fluff. He's heft. Okay, you pick him up and you go, ugh, because he's a big boy. But I'm hoping that in another year or so, he'll drop a little weight. And, we're trying to get him to play and exercise, but he's stubborn and spoiled. The only kitty that's having any problem at all is Auntie. Auntie is over 8 years old, so she's kind of entered her senior years now. And while she has, probably another decade or so to go, it seems like she's developed arthritis in her back hips. And so she has a really hard time getting up on the couch and up on our bed and up on chairs and stuff. It's painful to her. And when you watch her go downstairs, she takes each stair really slowly. So I started putting a joint supplement in her food, and we put at the foot end of our bed, because she likes to sleep with mommy and daddy, we put this big cushion thing that can enable her to kind of stair step up onto the bed, and sometimes she just sleeps on the cushion. But so we're making everything that we can make happen for her, and if it takes more, it takes more, because they're my kitty babies, so they've been good. Little Brewdog's been good, the girl's been good, Uncle Paul's been good. I'm going through stuff, but I'm not getting into it. We're going to keep this a happy thing. Somebody asked me about Gerard Way. They said, can we talk about Gerard Way and how gorgeous he is, or something like that, right? Yeah, we can. He's gorgeous. He's so pretty. And you know what I was thinking? I was thinking we could kind of be twins, because if I bleached out the purple and then I went red, and I put on a blue suit with a red tie, we could totally look alike. He'd be the pretty one. Then I have to smack him or something. Anyway, yeah, Gerard Way is gorgeous. Thanks for pointing that out. Music. Somebody was asking about music, all the different kinds of music I like so much. I love The Cure. I love Depeche Mode. I love The Smiths. I love My Chem. I love Green Day. I love Johnny Cash. I love a lot of different music. There's very, very, very little country that I can stomach. It's personal taste wise, I cannot do it. There's a little bit more, but less, less than most of the music. A little bit more on the rap side, but it just doesn't reach me. The different art forms reach different people in different ways, and it just doesn't feel like my thing. I'm just not a hip hop. See, look at me. I don't even know what it's called. Not a hip hop fan, I guess. And it's cool if you are. It's cool if you like country. It's just not my bag. But somebody else said, what was it? It was important. Oh, somebody else said gender. Let's talk about gender. I'm totally happy to talk about gender. It's one of my favorite subjects because I don't believe in it. You see, gender is really a social construction, a social construct. It's something that we as people, as society, socially made up. And if you think that there are only two genders, male and female, I want to let you know that you are grossly misinformed. There are many, many different kinds of genders. So do yourself a favor, spend some time on Google, look some things up. Don't be afraid to ask questions, and know that it's okay. And that gender has really nothing to do with your orientation. You can have completely, everything can be anything. And it's all okay, because we should fill the world with love and acceptance and tolerance instead of hate and confusion and anger. And, we should love each other. I love you guys. I hope you love me. And, I identify as narwhal. Turns out that's not a gender on Facebook. I was really bummed, but it doesn't matter. And so let's see. I can't think of anything else you guys were asking about, but I'm sure you guys will keep me up on it. I have to apologize though. Usually at the end of these things, I give you guys a song from the Cemetery Boys soundtrack, and I've been saying, "Oh no, I'm totally putting the whole thing on Spotify, and I'm going to give it to you," and I haven't, because I'm a terrible person. Okay, I'm not a terrible person, but I'm very busy, and a lot of things have been happening in my personal life and, in my work life that have just been like, and it's okay because I'm dealing and everything's cool. But what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to put someone that we can both trust on this job. I think I'm going to put Lil Brewdog, my son, Jacob, in charge of the Spotify playlist and say, here, make this a thing. And I like to do that with technology. I like to go, do this, take this thing and do the thing. And it's so much easier just to have somebody else do it. So I'm going to make him do it. And then I'll know it'll get done too, because I'll, space it or whatever. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys that I have been thinking about you. I'm so sorry it's been so long for the vlog. I know I always say that. I know I always say that I will vlog again soon. I can't promise how often I will vlog. Just because there are more important things than the internet. Isn't that weird? It's true. More important things than the internet. There's nothing more important to me than you guys and my family. However, sometimes I might not be able to vlog, but you have to know that I'm always available. If you come on Facebook, you come on Twitter, you come on Instagram, oh, honey, I am always there for you. Always, always, always. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I am Auntie Heather Brewer, no spaces. You want to follow me on Twitter, I am @Heather Brewer. And if you want to follow me just through whatever, just go to my website. It's got links to my everything. So it's heatherbrewer.com. Speaking of my website, most of you know who Gargi is. Gargi is my adorable little gargoyle backpack that I carry with me everywhere, and I take him with me when I'm on tour. He's my companion. He keeps me company, and I talk to him. And if I get in a hotel room and there are two beds, Gargi gets a bed. He always gets the bed by the window too. It's like we flip coins and he wins. But I'm giving away. Turns out Gargi has a twin. Well, we can't have that around here because there can be only one. So we're giving away G, who is Gargi's twin. And it's a contest on my website, heatherbrewer.com. The best way to enter, the way that would really just make me so happy, if you can, is to pre-order the Cemetery Boys and then show me a copy of your receipt or your order or whatever. Easy, right? I mean, if you want the Cemetery Boys anyway, pre-ordering it is the fastest way to get it, the best way to get it, and it helps the author best. However, I totally get that a lot of people can't pre-order it. And a lot of people don't have the money to do it. And a lot of people have to wait for it to come into the library. And I get that. Dude, I grew up really poor. Totally get it. Library is your best friend. If you can't enter that way, no big deal. There's an address on there. You send me a postcard, you're entered to win. And I might happen to handwrite a little letter to the minion that wins and stuff it inside G before I send it to you. So go to the website, enter that, pre-order Cemetery Boys. Be good. Be safe. And remember, Auntie Heather loves you. And stop with the explosions, okay? Bad minions. Greetings, minions! Uncle Zach here. And I brought Jacob with me. Ta-da! I brought you with me, like you weren't just hanging out in the house. Yeah.
Where do I go?
Well, true. So how are you guys doing? I hope well. I wanted to talk to you guys about something that is out in the media now, and it's come out, and it's pretty big. I mean, it's kind of huge, and it's very, very important that we discuss it, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Minions, it's about my hair. Yeah, I know. And it's fabulous. I mean, I kind of have this like broad mohawky thing going on, but it's in between. Yeah. Okay. All right.
It's getting there.
Yeah. It's not spiky, which I usually do, and I love the spiky and I love the crazy and everything. And you know, I love the colors. I know, Jacob has no hair right now, so the thing is, I love that kind of stuff. But if you're wondering why it's all like kind of swoopy and kind of normal looking, it's because I am actually growing it out for a cosplay. I am going to cosplay as ta-ta! Oh, there it is. Party Poison! Woo! Woo! My Chemical Romance, the Danger Days album. If you don't know about Party Poison, go and look him up because he's awesome.
Yes.
But yes, at Dragon Con, this is what I will be cosplaying as, and as you can see, he's a lot of hair. So that's what I'm doing, but the sides luckily get to be shaved, so that's nice and short. So let's see. Oh, something else came out recently. What was it? It was me!
Ah!
Minions, if you haven't heard, I am transgender, as you can tell by the introduction. I am Uncle Zach Brewer now. I'm no longer Auntie Heather Brewer, and I'm very, very excited to begin this journey. And my family's been wonderful and supportive, and you know, they've been here with me the whole time. They've known for quite some time, so it's really exciting to come out in Publishers Weekly and tell everybody in the industry, and then to come out on Tumblr and talk to you guys. And I've received nothing but amazing positive feedback. So I just want to thank you all for that, for having my back. You know.
Yeah.
I actually I drew some pictures actually.
Oh, I don't.
No. Trust me. Just trust me. It's to explain to the minions that might not know what being transgender means.
It just didn't go so well last time.
No, it went great last time. Trust me.
Okay, all right. You explain what transgender is.
Okay. So, correct me if I'm wrong at any point in this process.
Oh, I will.
So, you started off like this. You were in a girl's body.
Well, my hair's different, and I never wore dresses, but yeah, that's not bad. Yeah.
All right.
Started out in a girl's body. That's how I was born.
And what you really felt like on the inside was this.
Yeah, I mean, again, the hair, but, you know, pretty much, that I felt male inside for as long as I can remember. So, yeah, born female, definitely male.
And now that you've come out, you are like this.
What's that thing on my face?
It's a monocle.
Oh.
You got a top hat and bow tie.
Oh, nice. Oh, I'm all fancy. I'm a fancy gentleman. I did it.
Yeah, right?
Jacob, you did a fantastic job describing what transgender is.
I got one more picture that I think describes you now even better.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
No.
But
no. So, any of you minions out there wondering, no! I was born in a female body, and it is the last secret that I've been keeping that I am actually male, so I'm very excited. I'm not a cheeseburger. In case you're curious, though, I am a narwhal! I'll always be a narwhal, it's just now that I'm a male narwhal! So, I'm quite thrilled with being a narwhal, and I'm very thrilled to be representing the trans community and to just keep doing what I've been doing, shedding that, spreading light and love and happiness amongst my minions, and acceptance and tolerance and all that awesome stuff. So, but a lot of people are wondering about our family. You guys worry about the Brewer clan. You're like, are you guys okay? Is everything okay? We are so good. I mean,
Better than ever. Better than ever.
I think to demonstrate this, you should show them the last family photo we had taken.
Oh, yes. I had it right here, actually.
I mean, this shows us perfectly.
Right.
Okay. Now, if you can see kind of the light. Yeah, there you go.
Ta-da!
See, notice Paul with the bat. And he's coming after me. And Alex is like, I'll hold Zach still. It's cool, Dad. You get him. And then Jacob's all like, whatever happens to Zach, I don't care. Just don't hurt me. So
power a lot.
That's pretty much our family and how much we love each other and show affection, and it's been really great because everyone's been super wonderful and just super happy, and what do you think? Do you think I've been happier since I've come out?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot happier.
Good.
It's good to see.
Yeah. So things have been really great, and I know I've taken a bit of a hiatus. I'm allowed to sneak online and post things every once in a while, but my family's definitely enforced a strict hiatus with the social media stuff because they're all trying to protect me, and I think that's very important. But tomorrow I am going to be returning to social media, I think, a bit, and kind of tiptoeing back in,
All right.
seeing how things are going. Might continue to figure out how to use Tumblr.
Good.
Yeah, I know. Everyone says I need to, and I used it, and I have tons of followers now, and I'm like, they have nothing to look at. So,
Well, I know that there are a lot of the minions that have said don't use this term because it's weird, but you need to learn how to tumble. Because that is how you use Tumblr.
I need to learn how to tumble.
I've been using Tumblr for a while. Term makes sense to me.
I'm saying. So that's what I'm going to do. Jacob's going to give me some tips and everything on using Tumblr because it sounds like it's a lot easier than I think it is. And sometimes I get very stuck in my ways and I'm like, no, this is the one way because it's so much easier. But you guys are also hip, so you're moving way faster than I am. So I'm just trying to play catch up. But anyway, that's me. That's Jacob. That's not a picture of a cheeseburger. And we just wanted to say hi to you guys and thank you for your support. Anyway, as I always say, be good, be safe, and remember, Uncle Zach loves you.